Morning, everyone. I am Bondar JR. My microphone is actually working. Also known as the Silver Wolf. Also simply known most days as Ron. Sorry for missing the last couple days. Sorry if you follow me on YouTube, as there hasn't been any YouTube content in quite a while. Fridays didn't go up to YouTube. I took video of the lot. What day was that? 15th. What day was the 15th? Good God almighty, 6 days ago. Thursday. That can't be right. No. No, that can't be right. Yeah. That must have been. It was either Friday or Saturday. I took video of the lot that never got uploaded because it was super negative. So, but that's behind us now, so we'll get into some of that. But Jackson, thanks for the sub, buddy. You are awesome. I don't care what anybody says. Wearing my Canada shirt in honor of Jerry Can. Let me post out on the Discord so that Jerry Can actually knows we're here. Sorry, still got some sniffles. That's something that I copy every day instead of doing all this, but it doesn't work that way. Oh, you know what else I forgot? I don't have the music on. All right, let's get the music on. All right. Oh, Canada. Contract up to welcome you back. Contract up to welcome you back. I don't see a contract. Oh, thanks for that, buddy. Well, that's a big one. That's a big one. So we have an oh, I guess I should switch you guys over so you can see. We have an Odysseus that Jackson Sinclair has donated. We'll give that away a little later. We'll let people actually get here. We'll let people actually get here. All right. Thanks for that, Jackson. Awesome sauce. Yeah, I am back. Sorry for missing a couple days. Sorry for everything else. Lots of news. Lots of news. But anyway, let's get to playing because I'd rather play. I'd rather play. So let the people drool. Yeah, exactly. We'll do a little later once we have some more people in here. Otherwise, either you'll get it back or Seth will get it. Oh, yeah. So that would be it. That would be it. So anyway, all right, what are we going to do? Check out my dailies. I don't really need my dailies, but we got missions. So let's do a mission. Maybe we'll do sisters. Every time I come back after a long hiatus, I do sisters. Let's do sisters. Let's do sisters. Let's do sisters. Let's do sisters. We have our mining event tomorrow. Autonomous. FBI, open up! Autonomous, thanks for the raid, buddy. And you brought Booga with you. Wow. Boog, I'll get you a shout out here in a second. Sorry, my eye's watering. I don't know why my eye's watering. But yeah, don't let me forget. Don't let me forget. Yeah, this is the first time in 5 days I've had coffee. Ugh. Actually, that's not true. First time in 5 days I've had real coffee. I think I had some instant yesterday, which won't get me started. But anyway, yeah, my eyes are watering. What is this salty liquid discharge? Been a bit. Yes, it has been a bit. I had a couple days off. Monday was a drama day. Tuesday was our license plate day. Don't get me started. Actually, do get me started. So, Booga, how does it work in Australia? When you buy a new car, are you allowed to drive it? Or do you have to wait until your license plate comes before you can officially drive it? Because I'm from America, and I'm sorry, if we pay, 30K for a freaking car, you better be damn straight I'm going to drive it. Depends on the state you live in, okay. So here in the Philippines, we were not supposed to be driving our car until we actually received our license plate, which we just got yesterday. Okay, we bought it a month ago. Now, I have heard some people say it takes 3 months to get the license plate, so I'll be damned. But we have been driving it, but we've been driving it just back and forth to the lot pretty much. They say if you leave the province, which pretty much anything we need to do is leave in the province except for going to our lot. They said you can get stopped at a checkpoint and they will impound the car. And I paid cash for it. So I paid way too much for it for them to impound it. So that was one of the reasons why, excuse me, we dropped everything yesterday and went and got the license plate. If I had a 60-year-old car with no wheels on its roof and on fire in my backyard, I could have Rego and plates before the fire went out. So that's pretty good. If it's a new car, there are forms and process stays at the dealer till that and license. Oh, are you kidding me? Yeah, see, they didn't keep it at the dealer. They actually gave it to us. And they said, you got a week to get it home. And then you got to park it. Alan, good to see you, buddy. And I was like, yeah, I'm from America. We don't park a car we just bought. In fact, that kind of defeats the purpose of buying a car, right? Which is what I kind of said to my wife. Why did we buy a brand new car, or a hybrid on top, and now it just sits in our driveway, right? But, so we do have some road trips planned now, but yeah, there's a Booga. Shout out for Booga. If you guys aren't following Booga or Autonomous, please give them a follow. Both excellent Australian streamers. And they have quite the rivalry between them. Jerry Can, I got my Canada shirt on in honor of you, buddy. Welcome, buddy. But yes, they have quite the rivalry going. So that's almost as fun as everything else. So... But yeah. But yeah. So that was the thing, is they were like, yeah, you're not supposed to be driving that car. Even though you paid us cash for it a month ago. And I was like, there's no rivalry gone. He sucks, I don't. It's very simple. There you go. There you go. Can't really spell it out clearer than that. Thank you for that, Autonomous. We will wait for the rebuttal from Booga if there is one, which there usually isn't. That's what I got to give. I got to give Booga credit. He pretty much just takes it from you. It's like he's your bitch. But yeah. But anyway. Booga does have a pretty awesome hat. So Chemfin, good to see you. Good to see you. We got all the usual suspects in here today. Awesome sauce. Actually, Jackson donate. I can spell. He can't. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I don't take off for spelling. I can't spell either. But yeah, Jackson actually donated Odysseus with a skin. I'm pretty sure it's with a skin. Let me check. I think it was with a skin. I'm sure it's with a skin because he always goes above and beyond. Yes, with a skin that we will be giving away a little later in the stream. We'll do a marbles run for that one. Thanks for that, Jackson. Zerbaden, good to see you. Good to see you. So yeah, Zerbaden will have to get the word ban in before we do that so we can give away some money too. But I'm going to go run some sisters missions. Because that's what we do when I come back after several days away and I don't know how to play the game anymore. Damage other capsuleers. Yeah, that's not going to happen. Alright. I have to bail, mate. Have a good stream. No worries, Thomas. Thanks again for the raid, buddy. And for bringing Booga. Appreciate it. So you're doing it with someone else? You're cheating on me? Oh, my lord. That's all right. I won't hold it against you. I feel so used. I feel so used. They wouldn't take him at the boarding kennel. There you go. Yeah. I don't know. If he had that hat on, they might. That's got enough fur on it. They might mistake him for a small wolf. Flying the Marauder now. There you go. There you go. I need to get into Marauder myself. Problem is, the only one I can fly is a Kronos. And I don't have a blueprint for a Kronos, so I either got to train into a different one, or I gotta buy the blueprint for the Kronos. I think I have a blueprint for a Varger. I think. No, I don't. What other Marauders are there? Kronos? No. I do have all facilities, right? Alright, let's bring up another one. Warp drive active. Fortunately, I can't remember. So that's Kaldari. That is going to be the Kronos, right? Oh, the Golem. I think I have the Golem. Yes, I have a Golem blueprint. I have a Golem blueprint. And I really don't need much for it. So, but they are items I don't already build. So that's what we were going to do, is we're going to buy these blueprints and we're going to build them. So yes, the Golem. I think the Golem's what I'm going to go for. The problem is I need to train into it. So made about 22K off of 3 missions, giving 7, 6, 8, 9 O per mission. Wow, that's pretty good. They were the battle missions. Yeah, so you're using the Marauder for those. Yeah, that's pretty good. How long did they take you? I heard in the Marauder they're almost too easy. Too easy, Drill Sergeant. Too easy. Hopefully you guys can hear the music. Form fleet with. So I'm going to join up here with Kragan. So we can do his dailies. Not that he needs them either, but might as well. Alright. Let's get rid of the watch list. So the watch list automatically opens now for some reason. Drive active. Wow. An hour and you did 3 missions for 22K? Yeah. Alright. I got to get me a Golem. That's it. So that's the new project. My chat. Excuse me. Sorry about that. I didn't have any problems yesterday. Now for some reason I'm having problems today. Probably because I'm talking more, but maybe not. There you go. All right. So I have Sisters of Eve LP. If anybody wants them, put an X in the in-game channel. I will give away one set. And then I'm going to kick y'all out of the... Or I'm going to leave the fleet. So I can go back to grinding them myself. Because otherwise you guys will get them all and I won't get crap. So, Bender, good to see ya. I was also looting, so it was taking a little longer. Yeah, that's what I always try to do on those too. But all right, so the Golem is the new project. But we have an Odysseus to give away with a skin here later. Compliments of my generous benefactor, Jackson Sinclair. Thank you, Jackson. Good to see you, Bender. Man, I love real coffee. This is the first real coffee I've had in like 5 or 6 days, so. That's awesome. That's awesome.
Docking permission requested.
All right, what else? So, drama from Monday. So, Abigail has another blood infection, parasite. She never got a single pair of my dog, Abigail, for those of you who don't know. Long-haired dachshund. She's 7 years old. She'll be 8 in April. Never got a single parasite or blood infection in America. This is her second since she's been here. So very frustrating. She's got a whole list of medicines she has to take. It's really, really overwhelming for her and for us. But she's going to be fine. We can treat it. They say we caught it early, though I don't believe that. She's been acting up for quite a while. We just never took her. I kept saying something to my wife about taking her, but never quite got there. I think this is what we want. Alright. But yeah, so that was the drama. That's why I didn't stream Monday. I didn't get a whole lot of sleep Sunday night. We rushed her to the emergency room on Sunday, which wasn't an emergency room. It was just a clinic that was open on Sunday. But it's actually much closer than everyone else. So we had Archie drive because it's in a different province. It's across the bridge, but still closer than everywhere else. So, but yeah, I gave her a blood test and yeah. Adele sounds like she's on the phone now. No. Some political party is driving around our neighborhood making political announcements. Yeah, which I thought this neighborhood was restricted from that, so that's kind of weird. I'm not sure how they got away with that, but oh well. So yeah, X in the chat if you want free LP for your daily. One run only. One run only. And they're Sisters of Eve LP, so go shake your fist at them. Yeah, this is the Philippines. I'd probably get shot if I did that. This isn't some law-abiding country like America. Hey, when are you playing RimWorld again? I don't know. But we need to. We need to. Yeah, here they have different ideas of what constitutes civil. So, but that's fine. I love it here. Of course, I say that America is kind of redefining what civil means now as well. So, but that's a whole different story. Civil unrest, I think, is what we would call it. But yeah. But anyway, so yeah, so that was the drama for Monday. And that's why I didn't stream on Monday. Sorry about that. Tuesday, like I said, we had to get our license plate. So we bought a brand new car here. We paid cash for it. 2026 Yaris Yaris Cross Hybrid. So it's mostly electric. I burned hardly any gas. It's got a teeny tiny gas tank. And, which is great because the gas here is very expensive. Barely knew them. Exactly. Exactly. But unfortunately, the rules here are that you can't drive it until you get your license plates, which could take anywhere to 3 months. So yesterday, they finally told us our license plates were in, even though they were supposed to be in a couple weeks earlier. So we rushed there to get our license plate. So that's why I didn't stream yesterday. So tomorrow is our mining event. So please be there for that. I will be there for that. We are going to the lot today. So I haven't had a lot stream, but there has been great changes at the lot. So we're building a house here in the Philippines. And those videos are out on my YouTube channel at BondarJR. Same name. And you can check those out. Or if you're on my Discord channel, there's a channel for the house build, or if you're on my Discord server, there's a channel for the house build.
Docking permission requested.
I put all the videos in there. We were there either Friday or Saturday. I think it was Saturday. Because the foreman was supposed to be back, the engineer was supposed to be there, neither one of them were there. The concrete mixer hadn't been fixed. It was bad. It was bad. So it was very negative. So that's why I didn't post it. Last call for the free LP. I am completing the mission now. Oh, let me set destination. Last call. All right, done. Now somebody will post in there, hey, don't forget me. Yep. All right. I'm going to kick Kragan out. Actually, I'm just going to leave the fleet. Children of the Littermod. Leave fleet. That's what I want. There we go. So, yes. But as of today, the reason we're really sorry we haven't been over there. Engineer and foreman arrived on Sunday. They fixed the concrete mixer and they have started pouring the floors. They treated the ground underneath the floors. They laid down plastic and they're putting the floors on top of the plastic, rebar, the whole 9 yards. So they've made a lot of progress. I was very disappointed when I was over there on, I think it was Saturday, because they hadn't made a whole lot of progress in 2 days. And I was really pissed. But I think it was because Foreman wasn't there to manage them. So he's got them back on track now. And from what I understand, he's driving them pretty hard to get the floors done. But, ironically, they ran out of concrete. And the delivery did not show up as scheduled, which is a common thing here in the Philippines. So, hopefully, the concrete's going to be delivered here soon. So they're working on building the rebar for the beams, the upper beams. So there's been a huge amount of progress. I've actually seen some videos from Archie. And so, but I'm going to go over there today and film. And so, yeah, that'll be a new one up there. So apologize I haven't had that. But yes, it's been a busy several days. But and then back to Eve. We're going to give away an Odysseus here on stream. Later in the stream. Compliments of my generous benefactor, Jackson Sinclair. Thank you, Jackson. Awesome sauce. So it's not fully fitted, but it does come with a skin. So, and honestly, that's what I'm grinding these Sisters of Eve missions for, is for to get my own Odysseus. So, and speaking of that, I didn't check to see how many LP I had before we started, but that's all right. That one was a giveaway, so 57. 57. We got a long way to go and a short time to get there. But anyway, so yeah, so that was kind of the drama, the license plates. With the license plate run yesterday, we picked up my wife's glasses that she ordered several weeks back from the eye place in Lipa. which Lipa was having a festival yesterday, which all the roads were closed, so they had parades. They call them processions here. Same deal as us. We call it parades, but yeah, different words for the same thing. But yeah, they had a parade going on, so it was a real nightmare. But so we jumped into the mall. She picked up her glasses, and we went to the car dealership, which was another half hour away. Got the license plates, and we went to my wife's sister's house in Manila and hung out there for a little bit. Had lunch. Actually, we had, I think at that point it was like merienda. Kimon, good to see you. And then we drove home, but we didn't come back through Lipa, and my wife has now reported that her glasses are not right. Imagine that. So we're going to have to go back to Lipa again soon. But now that I have the license plates, I'm not worried about the car getting impounded anymore. So we should be good. So we are planning some road trips here, which I don't know. I may put those on the stream somewhere. I didn't accept. I guess you have to accept before they actually give you the stuff. All right. There it is. Bovine. So Kimon, good to see you. But yeah, we're going to be giving away an Odysseus here later in the stream. We'll give a chance for some more to get in here. Odysseus with a skin. Compliments of Jackson Sinclair, one of my generous benefactors. Thanks, Jackson. But yeah, sorry for missing the last couple days. So, drama, license plate, glasses. What else? Lot. Oh yeah, we will have a new lot one up today. Like I said, I didn't put up this Saturday one because it was very negative, more negative than I usually am. Because I was very angry. They were not doing work. They were mostly screwing around, from what I could tell, and I think Foreman's realized that too, because he's driving them pretty hard now. So, but it was mostly because he wasn't there. So, engineer has been pulling him away for one of their other projects, and I'm getting pretty PO'd about it. So, but we pay him a flat rate to build our house. We can't really dictate to him how he does it. So, or at least not from that perspective. Though we did choose Foreman specifically. So that is one that I did make it clear in the beginning. I expected either him or Foreman to be on site every day that there were workers. So, which is every day. And so, but yeah, that has not been followed. But I've been trying to be understanding. So, but this is the first time we've had that problem. There have been other times he hasn't been there and they've done the work. I think this time they just didn't have enough direction because they didn't know what to do, or, you know. Plus, then they ran out of concrete and they were mixing by hand. Now they're mixing with the cut. So we got the concrete mixer fixed. And now that they got the concrete mixer fixed, they're mixing concrete so fast they ran out of concrete. It's not one thing, it's another. So yeah, but like I said, they have made drastic progress. So we're going to go over there today and I'll get that uploaded tonight. So definitely keep a lookout for that. I will post it out on the Discord, as well as it'll be, of course, on YouTube. If you're subscribed on YouTube, which is free, not like Twitch, it'll notify you. If you click the notification bell, it'll notify you when I post a new video. So, but yes, so that was my news update. There were several other things I was going to update, but like I said, I was kind of PO'd about the whole Philippine and buying a new car. So here in the Philippines, we were talking earlier with Autonomous and Buga. Here in the Philippines, if you buy a new car, you're not allowed to drive it until you get your license plate, which can take up to 3 months. So we paid cash for our brand new car, 2026, top of the line, hybrid. And then It gave me a week to get it home, and then I wasn't supposed to drive it, which is not kind of how I work. So we've been pushing that line, and I was afraid it was going to get impounded. So now we rushed yesterday to get the license plates, so that I don't have to worry about that anymore. Or the license plates, plural. There's one in the front, one in the back. But yeah, so yeah, so now we're legal, so now we don't have to worry about crossing province lines or anything. And getting the car impounded. That would have really sucked. But what else? Back to Eve. Nothing really changed in Eve. Excuse me. Sorry. I had 0 problems yesterday, and now for some reason today, this congestion's acting up. So we're gonna have to get that knocked out. But the since the Winter Nexus ending, Eve has been pretty stagnant. My next project we were just talking about, I'm going to build a golem. Which means I got to pick up all these blueprints. So after we're done here, we're going to fly back to Yuffie, and we're going to move our... After the mining event tomorrow, we'll move all our minerals back to Venelin. We'll make a run to Jita, pick up the necessary blueprints and anything we need to build it. We'll do some research on the blueprints so we can cut our cost. And I think we're going to maybe start doing some moon mining. I think we're going to look into that. When Lego shows up, we'll mention that, because I think I may add a 6th alt or a 5th alt. And get him in Lego's Moon Mining Corp. Because if I can mine the moon things, I can cut my cost significantly. So yeah. So we may look. I think that's a viable path. So. My biggest problem with making another alt is coming up with another catchy name. So yeah.
Warp drive active.
But yeah, Zerberton, we will do RimWorld again. Probably not this week, since I'm already 2 days short. We'll do Eve all this week, since that's my bread and butter. But let's plan on a RimWorld stream next week. We did Hightail last Friday, and actually I had 150 people watching me, but I don't think they were actually watching me. I think they were all sleeping, because we did a marbles race before we started Hightail, and I think we only had 20 people in the marbles race. So yeah, even though there was 150 people in the stream. So, but that's all right. I love my sleepers, my lurkers. Bum, 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 bum. All right, so that's what we were going to check. So while we're flying back here, we're going to check that. So we're going to look at the golem. Golem is Caldari. It requires Marauders, which I already have, and it requires... Well, actually, I already have everything I need for Golem. What the fudge? Well, then what am I complaining about? I can fly that baby. Piece of cake. I thought the Kronos was the one I could fly. Well, that's a pleasant surprise.
Warp drive active.
It's always cool. At the pool, yes. A Galante battleship I do not have. That's the one. Car washer. 388 days. 388 days? That doesn't sound right. So we need to move. I thought that one was the one I could do. All right. Well, Golem is the one I can do. All right. Well, that's a pleasant surprise.
Warp drive active.
Large hybrid turret is only 2 days. Let's do our dailies. Turn them in. Car washer. Can't do it while it's actually running, you dingbat. All right.
Warp drive.
So yeah, we'll run these Sisters of Eve missions. And we'll give away this Odysseus. Sorry about that. I wonder if it's because of the milk in my coffee. That could be it.
Docking permission requested.
That could be it.
Docking request accepted.
That could be it. That could be it. Goat milk? Nope. It is cow's milk, but it's imported, I think, from New Zealand. I think I read that the other day. I always ordered the same one, and I thought it was from Australia, but it's actually from New Zealand. And I would say it's kind of the same thing, except that Boog is here. So I know Australians do not consider New Zealand the same as them. So I was going to say, if it's goat's milk, it's a bad idea. Yeah, bad idea. There you go. Yes. There he is, my generous benefactor.
Warp drive.
Comedian as well. I got it. I think everybody got it. That's why they're not talking. They're too busy laughing. Yeah, goat milk is actually local, so goat milk would probably be better though. I don't know that I've ever had goat milk, so I don't know if it would really taste good in my coffee or not, so. No laugh, no Audie. There you go. Well, they'll laugh for that. Oh, yes, we're going to give away the Odysseus here. You are excluded. There you go. We're going to give away the Odysseus here later. Compliments of my buddy Jackson Sinclair. That's all right, Bender. I know you laughed. Technically, he can't prove who laughed and who didn't, so.
Drive active.
Plus, I know you guys aren't as cynical as me, so I'm sure you all laughed. I'm always laughing inside. There you go. On-screen celebration. It doesn't look like it went off. Did it? I didn't see it. Well, that kind of sucks. That kind of sucks.
Warp drive active.
That kind of sucks. Or maybe you're the only one who sees it. You noticed just as it was ending. I got it. Okay, cool. There, I started a free dungeon for you guys.
Requested. Docking request accepted.
No, it really doesn't show up very well over there, does it? I may need to move it some.
Thanks for the dono.
Thanks for the donation, Jackson. Appreciate it. Maybe I'll have to change that on-screen celebration so it actually does a little bit more of a celebration. Been working on getting some of those modified so they actually have more effect. So, and I'm working on some new ones. Gonna do some clips, some movie clips that will be appropriate to things that happen in the stream. So then you guys can movie clip them when it happens. I need to find the time to do that, and unfortunately I haven't had that lately, so now that I can exclude the movie clips from or at least the audio of the movie clips from the YouTube, or the video on demand, that should work.
Warp drive active.
Who are you affiliated with in the great depths of New Eden? So I have 5 characters, and they're each affiliated with someone different. So I spread my people all over. So I think I do have some overlap though, because there's only 4 main races. So, but yes, this one is Caldari. And then, but he flies mostly Amar and Galente ships, which is kind of funny.
Warp drive active.
They all pretty much fly the same ships, so I fly mostly Amar and Galente ships. That's the ones I build. But I really do want an Odysseus, so that's why I'm grinding for it. Odysseus I could actually see as beneficial for our mining stuff. So 6 accounts, really only driving in 3 accounts are maxed alphas. There you go. Yep. Yeah, I have mine. I only have 2 accounts. But I have 5 characters across them. I've got a spot for a 6th one, which we were talking about. I have both of those are omega'd. And so, Jackson, I missed the Christmas sale on the Plex. So yeah, so I'm gonna have to pay better attention when it comes up for the mid-year sale, or I'm gonna be back to month, which I definitely can't afford now that you showed me how to save money. So 8 years of being an E, but only now just diving into fully playing. Yeah, so this character here, his birthday, if you can see it. Yeah, you can see it. His birthday is September 23rd, 2003. Eve went live on May 27th, 2003. So he's 4 months younger than Eve itself. So I haven't played the whole 23 years, but 22 years, I guess. But yeah, I've been here. So, and most of my others are within 5 years of him, I think. I think I started one here 6 months back that I actually went through all the starter missions and all that stuff. Got him leveled really quick. So you thought CCP was being sold? Yeah, I thought I was, but then I decided, you know what? I need to go ahead and do it because they're probably not going to be sold in the next year, one way or the other. And when I went out to Eve was still having the sale on the Omega, which I think they're still having the sale on the Omega, but Marquee Dragon was not having the sale anymore on the Plex. So So yeah, kind of backfired. But yeah, I don't know that they'll be sold. They're wanting someone to buy them, but you know how that works. Whoops. Yeah. Whoops. Best laid plans. I'm all about it now. Only have 7 days of mega time overall, but don't scoff me. But I found the Eve universe from Dust. Still my favorite FPS ever. Yeah. Yeah. Like I said, I've been on here for 23 years, and I've always come back. So yeah, hands down, it's definitely the better one. I'm not a huge MMO guy, but this is the only MMO I play now. So. But yeah, it'll be all right, Jackson. There'll be another sale. There'll be another sale. Worst case scenario, I just see when mine's going to expire, and that's when the mid-year sale usually is. So yeah, so keep your eye out for me, Jackson. Let me know if you see it. Because I definitely need to. And thanks again for that. Because that's huge. So yeah, if you buy your Plex from Marquee Dragon when they go on sale, they'll go on sale for anywhere from 20 to 70% off. And then you can buy enough Plex to then go to Eve Online in the new Eden store and use the Plex to buy your Omega. And wait for it to be on sale as well. Right now, a year Omega is on sale for 40% off, I think. Let me check. The sale might be over now, but there's definitely not on one. So yes, go down here. 12 months Omega, 40% off. So yeah. 24 months Omega, 45% off. So yeah. So huge discount. So I was able to Omega both of my accounts for a year each. So 2 years. For the same price it would have cost me for one account for 7 months. 140 bucks. $20 a month. So yeah. So yeah, huge, huge. But unfortunately, the timing's got to be right. So, like right now, Eve has the Omega on sale, but Marquee Dragon does not have the Plex on sale. I think they have MCTs on sale now. So, which don't get me wrong, that's still a good sale, but I've been thinking about pulling the trigger on that so I can train more. But honestly, double dipping. Jackson Sinclair taught me that. So yes, so thank you for that, Jackson. And as a retired guy in the Philippines, I need to save all the money I can. So that was huge. That was huge. Because yeah, I was getting billed to my credit card 20 bucks a month, 40 bucks a month, $20 per account. So yeah. And for 140 bucks, I got both accounts Omega'd for a year. So yeah, huge. So my plan was to do that again, and I was going to do it at Christmas, but I missed the Christmas Plex sale. So double dipping. I'm under the conscious decision that I eventually Plex my account because I'm a cheap ass. Yep. Me too. Well, like I said, it's nice when you buy the Plex. I don't work towards the Plex. That's too damn hard. That's like another job. So, and with me being retired, I'm really glad to be retired. I thought I was going to miss my job, but I don't miss my job at all. So I definitely recommend it. Definitely recommend it. But yeah. But yeah, the $40 a month, that gets expensive. Gets expensive real quick. So
Warp drive active.
$20 per account. So kicking myself for missing a cheap 2 years of Omega when everything went on sale. Yeah, the Omega is actually still on sale. But the you got to buy it with Plex on the new Eden store. We were just looking at that, but the Plex is not on sale. Of course, I haven't checked Marquee Dragon today. Maybe they've got it back on sale. They usually email me though when they put it on sale. They usually email me when they put it on sale, but not always. Yeah, I don't know why it has an issue with the Marquee Dragon site never works, which is really frustrating.
Warp drive active.
Otherwise, it's like 9 million spill points to fully max in alpha, and I like the grind. Yep. There you go. There you go. Yeah, that is good, but I think it was cheaper before. The Plex was on sale, which, but yeah. I only buy it when the Plex and the Omega are both on sale at the same time. And unfortunately, that's a real timing thing. It happens in the middle of the year, I think in June, and then it happens again around Christmas. And so I missed the Christmas one. But yeah, I'm too cheap for.
Warp drive active.
And Jackson taught me that. Jackson double dipping. I think Jackson's got his plexed for like 10 years. His one account. So yeah, he's like good to 2037 or something. Yeah. So hopefully CCP doesn't sell. Because they're definitely not going to refund him that, I'm sure.
Docking
Yeah.
permission requested.
Talk about dedication. Talk about dedication.
Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
But you think about it, they've been around for 20 years, so it's good that they'll probably be around for another 20. Maybe not in the same capacity, but it's a good bet. I mean, World of Warcraft is the only other one I know of. Actually, Ultima Online, that's another one that's actually been around, but it looks crap. But World of Warcraft's still around. And there's another one, Anarchy Online, I think is the other one. They've been around that long, but they're not as popular. Insanity, yeah. Dedication equals insanity if you really break it down. There you go. There you go.
Warp drive active.
But yeah. So yeah, I usually do it on a yearly basis, but I was going to add another year so that at least I wasn't so close. Now mine will run out right around the time of the next sale. And if they decide this year, you know what, we're not going to do the June sale, then I'm kind of screwed. So UO was my first experience MMO, and I skipped the WoW era. Yeah, I did WoW. I played UO recently, and it hasn't been brought into the 20th century, so it's pretty bad.
Warp drive active.
But it's still there. It's still there. So there's something to be said for that. And like I said, I think it's Anarchy Online. I played that for a long time. I had friends that played that, and was it Anarchy Online? That doesn't sound right. It's AO, whatever that means. But yes. But yeah, I actually looked into it not too long ago, and
Warp drive
they
active.
didn't have my original characters, which I was kind of pissed off with. I'm sure I just haven't figured out how to recover them, but yeah, I ground that for years, and and they weren't there. So ads are getting ready to start here in less than a minute. So sorry to all of you that are not subscribed. We'll see you when the ads are over. Appreciate you being here.
Warp drive active.
Tomorrow may be too late. Actually, when the ads come on, I'm going to go get a cup of coffee. Because I need another cup of coffee. And I need to take my breakfast plate down. I had blueberry pancakes for breakfast. Blueberry pancakes for breakfast. And they were pretty good. They were from Pancake House. Speaking of that, went to Pancake House yesterday.
Docking request
It's on the highway here, so anytime we travel on the highway. And I had their taco, and it's called the best taco in town. And they sell one taco for like $3, which is outrageous. And don't get me wrong, it was good. But I don't know about best taco in town. So, but I think it is the best taco in town here because so far it is the only place I've been able to find here in the Philippines where I can get a taco. So I think they're the best taco in town because nobody else has a taco. So yeah. So there's that. But I'm not sure that constitutes. So it was good, but it wasn't that good. So, and it was expensive. Very expensive, especially by Filipino standards. $3 for one taco? That's crazy. Those are American prices. Yeah. All right, I'm going to run down and get a cup of coffee. Ads are going to start here in just a second. There they are. All right, I'll be right back. Welcome back from the ads. Sorry about that. Coffee time. Get some puto. No, I don't have any puto, unfortunately. That's why I had excuse me. That's why I had blueberry pancakes this morning. So, heard a story about this song about a woman hitchhiker sleeps with the person, picks up her up because she wants a baby and her husband cannot give her one. Yep. That's the song. She goes out and just finds somebody to impregnate her. Nothing like that kind of dishonesty, huh? We actually had one here in the Philippines. Very, very old American. I mean, had to be in his 70s. Married to a younger Filipina in her 20s or 30s. And I guess she wanted a baby, and they tried for a while. I guess he couldn't give her one. I don't know. Probably because he was too old. And he had a friend of his visit from America. And ironically, she turned out pregnant shortly after that. And then after she gave birth, I think after the kid was 2, she finally told him that that it wasn't his. Drama, drama, drama. So yeah. That song always reminds me of that story. So, ironically, he's moved on with another woman now, and I guess she's raising the kid by herself and happy about it. So, but they were vloggers, and I don't watch either one of them anymore. Yeah, yeah. Well, I think his buddy just came to visit him, though the buddy didn't even know. I guess that it was his. Well, I guess he should have known it was his because he slept with her, But yeah, I guess she never even told the buddy until after the videos went out that it was his kid. And she told him that she didn't want him to be involved and all that. So yeah, but yeah, it was like that kind of dishonesty. That kind of dishonesty. That's like American dishonesty there. Yeah. I expected better from the Filipinos. So yeah, I was pretty disappointed in that story. So yeah, I don't watch either one of them anymore. Like, yep, done with you guys. Neither one of them thought anything of it. I'm like, yeah, no, sorry. Love bites. That one hit it too. Hit the 250,000 LP mark yesterday. Way to go, Al. Now you only need another 250,000 for the net resonators. Good job. So which ones are you doing? Are you doing the distros or are you doing the combat? Because Zerbaden says he's doing the combat with a Marauder now, and he's making them a lot faster. Oof. Sorry, I got a scab. Yeah, see, I'm doing the distros and they're slow. But it's nice, easy work. And it lets me talk. So, which you guys know, I love to talk, so. Actually, we probably have all the regulars in here now. Ah, we don't have Lego. That's all right. Lego, I think, already got an Odyssey. And we don't have Scimitar. I wonder how Skimo. All right. Cool, Al. That's what I'm doing. And you got up to 250 doing this? Wow. Slow, steady, and smooth. Yeah. Yeah, they are slow. They are slow. Well, and the weird part about it is they don't... they're not consistent, which is what kind of frustrates me. Like this one was 787 for 3 jumps. But then I'll get like a 600 for 8 jumps. And I'll get a 1,000 for, for one jump. And it's like, come on. But yeah, imagine if you didn't have your blockade runner. Yeah. The blockade runner makes all the difference because it flies. But I think that's what we got last time. I think we got 20K in a 4-hour stream, I think is what we got last time. I think that's the record.
Drive active.
But yeah, still 20K. That's 10 streams to get to 200. So yeah, they make no sense. Somewhere around 300 missions. There you go. Low LP, I meant. Yeah. I know what you meant, Jackson. I agree. We're supposedly, so my standings, 7.92. I thought they were higher than that. But yeah, 7.92. So I'm not a 10 like you, so but you get 1,000 LP for some. They're like 3 jumps into high. Yeah, then you go into 5 into low, and yeah, and that's mine. I get like 600 when they send me to low, and I'm like, come on. But of course, if I decline it, then like the next 3 are all low for low points. So I've tried to not decline any. No risk versus reward. Yeah, there should be. The risk should reflect the reward should reflect the risk. But yeah, I don't. And that shouldn't be that hard. But CCP, they didn't focus anything on those. But yeah, Zerbaden says he's got a Marauder now, and he's running the. He's doing the combat missions. And he said he got... Crap. He said that at the very beginning. Zerbaden, how many points? He did 3 missions. He did 3 missions in an hour. And got, something like 20,000 or something. 30,000. 50,000. Yeah, that's what it was. 7,500 per. Yeah, roughly. Yeah, so what's that? 15, yeah, so
Permission requested. Docking request
22, 23. Yeah. So that's pretty good. Because I can do, with the distros, with no risk, with the distros, I can get 20K in 4 hours. 4-hour stream. Give or take. So yeah, we've been doing them an hour now. Yeah, this one's low sec. For 600 points. But yeah, this one's low sec. But we've been doing them for an hour now. We started at 57, so we've got 4,000 in an hour. So not quite 5,000. I think we were doing 5,000 the other day. Definitely don't do the storyline one. Yeah, I did the storyline ones because I was told that'll raise your standing, which will then raise your LP. But I don't know that that's actually worked. So if you stack up the storyline missions, the low sec missions come one after the next. Okay. Yeah, thanks, Jackson. Yeah, I think I had 2 storylines stacked up, and I went and did those, but honestly, I don't think they raised my standing very much, because I'm pretty sure I was in the high 7s before the storyline missions. I thought for sure I'd be over 8, but no, I don't think that works. But storyline ones will negatively affect the other faction. Yeah, they usually do. Which, since I'm grinding SoE, I don't care, but yeah, you're right. But I did do all the skills. So I did pick up the distribution mission skill that gives more LP. And I think I've got that to level 5. And I think I got some of the other skill of the level 5, but I don't think it's really made much difference. Kind of frustrating. Yeah, oh, there it is. 20% off Plex. 20% off Plex. So there is a Plex sale going on now. Only 20% though. Well, let me see what I got.
Warp drive active.
So 24 months, 12 months, I need 3,600. So I need 7,200 to do both accounts. 7,200 would cost me it. The Marquee Dragon finally did come up. I don't think it likes Chrome. So I would need 7,200. So that would be 244. So that's quite a bit more. But still, 244 comes out to
Warp drive active.
12 months for one account. So I'd have both accounts. I'd have both accounts for the cost of just one account. My MR standing is 5-0 due to storyline missions. Time for an epic arc. There you go. Yeah. Yeah, those epic arcs may make a difference. The problem is they're just so long. But maybe we'll do that on stream one day. My problem is I can never figure out which one to choose at the last mission.
Active.
I usually choose Galente because that's who I'm usually most upset with. Or who's most upset with me. I didn't put any milk in this coffee. See if that's the problem. I think that's the problem.
Docking
Milk has
docking request
mucus in it from the cow. I think even if it's shipped in from New Zealand, it still has the mucus. So, negative 4.2 with a Mar. Ouch. That hurts. Don't go there. Actually, I think you're good until you -5. Yeah, so now we're at 62. So that's 5,000 right at the hour mark. It's hour and 23 now. So yeah. We threw the first mission away. We gave it away. So yeah, so
warp drive active.
yeah, the Minmatar. I've been running that many SOS missions. There you go. Yeah. SOS or SOE? Yeah, all mine are pretty good. All mine are pretty good. So there's a Mars 4, +4. Conid is almost 6. Caldari is 6. Galente is 3.76. So what I'd really like to do is run these ore missions. And I think that's what I might do if I create another alt and I put him in nullsec to work with Legos guys for the moon mining. I think on the off days, yeah, that's what I figured you meant. On the off days, I think I'll do ore missions. Farm the ore LP.
Warp drive active. Warp drive active.
Yeah, so we'll see if we can get back at the 5,000 per hour. I was real close to 5,000 per hour on Thursday stream. Sorry, chewing on my fingers again. But we're going to give away this Odysseus here in just a few minutes. Let me get marbles started. Actually, I'm going to let Zerbaden do the word band first. So that way we can give away some money too. That way we can give away some money too.
Warp drive active.
No, it's not. I don't chew on them because I'm hungry. I get little skin tag hanging things, and I chew those off, which causes more skin tag hanging things, which then chew those off. And you're working on the point still.
Thank you.
Sandy, thanks for the follow. Thanks for the redeems. Thousand more points to go. Good job.
Warp drive active.
No worries, Zerbaden. So we'll just give away the Odysseus. We'll just give away the Odysseus. You know, I was probably going to fail the word band, so we'll throw 50 mil in there as well. Just for the heck of it.
Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
First place has a choice of the 50 mil or the Odysseus, and then last place will have whatever's left over. Let me start this one. That'll also make it easier. So this one's 900 points, where that one, the low sec, was only 600. Only 600. All right. All right. Let me find marbles. Find marbles. Here we go. Random splashy attack. I don't think we played this one. All right. Let's play this one. Let's play this one. Explanation point play. We get into the marbles. We got an Odysseus with a skin. And 50 million. That's the prizes. So first place will get to choose which prize they want. And then last place will get whatever's left over. So last person to finish. So first and last. Way we work here. Way we work here. CJ Plus, good to see you. Suddenly Raiders, Alpharus. Amazing. All these people, Don Rico, all these people that haven't talked. Sinister Shagger, love the name. All these people that haven't talked. As soon as I put up marbles, they all start talking. Good to have you guys here. Love my lurkers. Explanation point play. Explanation point play. We got 26 people in stream and 13 are already in. Good job. All right. If I can remember how to do this. All right, let me get over here. Got a couple funnels. Does seem kind of sci-fi. Does seem kind of sci-fi. Explanation point play. Explanation point play. I'll give it another minute before I start it. Explanation point play. Odysseus, donated by my generous benefactor Jackson Sinclair. And 50 million cash. First and last. First and last. All right, here's another 25. So first, second, and last. First, second, and last. Thanks, Al. First, second, and last. Odysseus, 50 million and 25 million. First, second, and last. First, second, and last. Explanation point play. Explanation point play. Looks like we've got everybody we're going to get, to be honest. All right, here we go. 30 seconds. Oop. There we go. Yeah, I'm not sure how this one works. We're going to end up down there in those things after a while, but yeah. 30 seconds, 15 seconds. Explanation point play. Last call. Last call. Last call. Here we go. Here we go. Come on. I don't know why it keeps losing the names. All right. Looks like Zerbidan's got a special ball. All right, coming down out of the first funnel, going into the second funnel. Oh, in the shark's mouth. Coming down into another funnel, I think. Oh, no. No. Everybody's coming down into the bingo ball. There we go. All right. Oh, there's like a waterfall thing. Oh, that's cool. Bingo ball. There's the bingo ball. See who comes out of the bingo. No, it's actually Don Rico who has the special ball. Sorry about that, Zerbidan. Throwing you under the bus. Al's the first one out. Oh, nope. CJ Plus is the first one out. Al's second. CJ Plus. Al's catching up. Al has passed CJ Plus. Alan Dart is over there. Sinishagger. Al Monksy is in the lead. CJ Plus hot on his tail. Hot on his tail. Followed by everybody else. And Alan is also up there too, but we'll see. Al's in the lead. Up. CJ Plus, I think, caught him. Caught him. They're neck and neck. Neck and neck. Up. CJ passes him. Way to go, CJ. CJ passed him. CJ passed him. Looks like there's a waterfall. Alan Dart is in second. I don't know what happened to Al. Oh, Al's back there. He's in third. CJ. Still got a long way to go. Another funnel. Up. Al caught up. Al Monksy's back in second. Actually, Al Monksy just moved into first. Good golly. Talk about leapfrog. And Jackson's in second. Jackson's in second. Zerbidan died? I didn't even see you die. Don Rico's in second. Al's still in first. Oh, now we got the pachinko machine. Holy mackerel. All right. See if I can get a better angle. Al and Don. CJ died. Sorry, CJ. Don. Al, Don. Al's still in the lead. Al's still in the lead. Up, out the cannon. Out the cannon. Hopefully he doesn't miss. And he's in there. Al will take first. Looks like Jackson's going to take second. Alan Dart third. Don Rico. Alvarez. Sinister Shagger. See who comes in last. Jerry Can. Jerry Can might have overshot it. Nope, Jerry Can's in there. Booga. Booga definitely overshot. No? No, it looks like the cannon doesn't overshoot. So if you get in the cannon, you're good. All right, flames are coming, guys. Keemon, Sandy, and Suddenly Raiders. Looks like Keemon's going to finish. I think Sandy's going to get burned. Yep, Keemon is our last one. Keemon wins every single time. All right, so Al and Jackson and Keemon. All right, Al, you got first pick. 25,000, which you don't. 25 million, which you donated. 50 million, which I put in, or the Odysseus. Or the Odysseus. Your call. Let me know what you want. Jackson, you're number 2. Start thinking about it. And Kim, you'll get whatever's left. You'll get whatever's left. Sorry. That's where the last place one comes in. Oop. Set destination. There we go. All right, Al. Let me know what you want. Al Monksy, are you there? Jackson, are you there? Are you guys hearing me?
Drive active.
Microphone's on. Microphone's on, yeah. I'll take the ship. There you go. No problem. No problem. Let me check the contract. So the skin is actually in the ship. Cool. I couldn't find the skin, so that's where I was like, where's the skin? All right, the skin is in the ship. So Al Monksy, create contract. Roanoke Naves. Is that who you want to go to? No worries, Al. No worries. There you go. That's what I figured. He's probably the only one that can fly it. So the skin is actually in the cargo of the ship. All right, congratulations. Congratulations. Jackson, you're number 2. 50 million or 25 million?
Warp drive active.
Jackson, you're number 2. 50 million or 25? You want the 25? Cool beans. All right. Do, 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 do. $25 million it is. Congratulations. Thanks again to Jackson for the donation. Thanks to Al for the donation. And that'll give Kim Possible the... I don't have you as a contact. Let's make sure that's you, Kim. Looking all sexy in there. Up against the wall. I like it. That's a good picture. I'm going to add you as a contact. I don't know how I can't have you as a contact. Probably because everything I've given you in the past has always been a other one. So 50 million for you. All right, perfect. Congratulations, winners. Appreciate you guys. Thanks to the donations, Jackson Sinclair, Al Monksy, appreciate it. Definitely rigged. The people that donated won. So yeah, there you go. I don't know. That's a little suspicious. What's up with that? Cool. I don't know why I didn't have you as a contact, but I got you on there now. All right, cool beans. Appreciate you guys. Yeah, Booga, you were right in the middle. Sorry, buddy. Yeah, when the oddies come up, you got to be at the top. So yeah, appreciate you guys. You hang around, Booga. I'm sure you'll get one. I'm sure you get. No worries, Kim. I'm sure you'll get one. Jackson is constantly giving them, so
Warp drive active.
that's what I did wrong. Yeah, that's what you did wrong. Damn it. Now that I know. Right. If only I had known that before. Yeah. Yeah. Hindsight. Always 2020. Always 2020. Always 2020.
Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
But yeah, congratulations, winners. Appreciate everybody that was in. Definitely a better percentage than the last one. Another 600. Yeah, I'm not gonna make I'm not gonna make 5 million an hour with these 600s. That's for damn sure. That's for damn sure. Only need Expedition Command and you can fly it. There you go. There you go. Yeah, actually, I think I'm close too, and I meant to check that.
Warp drive active.
Let me go back out to that contract. Actually, I have everything. I have everything I need for the Audi. So, yeah. I think it's the other one. What was the other one somebody gave me the other day? No, actually, I think it was the Audi. I must have moved them up because they probably trained over the weekend.
Warp drive
You can fly it since day one, yeah. Yeah, so tomorrow's our mining event. So everybody turn out for that. That'll be a good time. That's always a good time. I have not seen Scimitar, so hopefully Scimitar is feeling better. Because I haven't seen him. I haven't seen him, so hopefully he's feeling better. I'm going to check and see if there are any resource things here. BDU Fiend. One belt. In Junsort. That's the closest one, yeah. So me alive.
warp drive
Keep me
active.
alive. But yeah, so congratulations, winners. Special thanks to the donations. I think the donations are more important than the winners. So thanks, Jackson, my generous benefactor. Always donating really cool stuff to the stream. Appreciate that. Al Monksy, thanks for the donation. Appreciate you. He's a generous benefactor as well. So we always got some. I haven't seen Lego or Scimitar today. So yeah. Scimitar was feeling bad last week, so yeah, worst case scenario. I will boost and I will actually switch to the other clone. In fact, maybe I'll do that this afternoon. I'll switch to the other clone and fly him out to Ufine so that he's ready.
Docking permission requested. Docking request.
I don't know why my eye is watering. But yeah. So we'll do that. We'll be ready for tomorrow. If I do that, then Scimitar. There's Scimitar. Appreciate you, Scimitar. And Lego with the watch stream. 25 stream streak. Thanks, Lego. Appreciate ya. Gotta upstage Scimitar. How you feeling, Scimitar? How you feeling? Alan, always good to see you. 25 stream streak. Way to go, Lego. Glad to see you. Glad to see you. I am seriously considering your offer, Lego. I think I might start another alt. I just got to come up with a good name. And I'll bring him out there. I'll bring him out there to you and join your corp. And we'll do some moon mining with you. Steel healing. Steel. I understand. I seem to be too. But yeah. It's not a worries. Appreciate you being here. Let me know if there's anything I can do to help. I've been sending good thoughts. I've been worried about you. Hope you're feeling better and got your car plate situated. Yeah, so I wasn't feeling bad on Monday. Abigail is actually sick. She's got another blood infection. So, another parasite. So that was Monday. We rushed her to the what we thought was an emergency room. Turned out it was just a clinic on Sunday. And they prescribed a whole list of things. So, hot water would be nice. Yeah, they don't have a whole lot of those here. But I can order one probably from Walmart and have it sent to you.
Warp drive active.
Get it delivered. Get it delivered. So that was one. I tried to order something from Walmart. You guys suggested. So I was trying to get a Visa gift card for my granddaughter. And I tried to order it from Walmart and have it shipped to her. And Walmart took my money and then canceled my order, which I was super pissed about. And speaking of that, I need to log in and see if they actually refunded me. Because they hadn't the last time I checked. And they said, oh, it could take 5 days. Funny, you took it in 30 seconds. Why is it going to take 5 days? Nope, they have not refunded it yet. So what it is, it's an authorization. So maybe they're just waiting for the authorization to expire. Yeah, it's not actually a payment. It's just an authorization. So that's probably what it is. But yeah. Yeah, they said that when it was reviewed by their internal department, they canceled it. Yeah. They didn't like your comment there, Don. Yeah. Yeah, didn't like your comment. She's sniffing around the construction site too much. Yeah, and honestly, Lego, that's what we thought it was. They said it comes from rat pee, is what transfers this particular parasite. And the only place we could think of was the job site. So yeah, But yeah, they never a dull moment with those refunds. But yeah, I was super pissed because I was like, so I guess they thought it was some kind of money laundering thing or something. But I'm like, surely if it was a money laundering thing, I would have bought one for more than what I was buying it for. I mean, come on, that's not really money laundering when it's only that much. But another 600? God, this is killing me. Another 600. This sucks. Oh. But man, my rear end is getting worse. So I'm thinking about starting to walk, getting up like an hour earlier and walking in the mornings to see if that'll help. Give that a try for a week just to see if it makes a difference. I think ChatGPT suggested the walking. It suggested several other exercises that haven't helped. And then it suggested the walking, which I was like, why wouldn't you suggest the walking first? But says that the muscles in my rear end are not being strengthened the way they used to be when I worked for a living. Which I don't understand. I still walk around all day, every day, carrying around this extra weight. So Seems like they're still being worked exactly the same way they were back then. But
Active.
I do sit more. Actually, I don't know about that. 'Cause I worked from home most of the time, and I sat 8, 10, 12 hours a day. And I never had a problem. But the other one I'm thinking about is putting something under my chair. Some kind of a cushion. Under the chair itself. So between it and the concrete floor. To see if that'll make a difference. Because I think that was another one of its suggestions. So, and thanks, Lego. I am feeling better, though I don't sound like it. But honestly, I think that was because I put milk in my coffee this morning. This is the first time I've had real coffee in 5 or 6 days, which, oh, thank God that it's back. I think I had instant coffee yesterday, which it was okay. But yeah, so, but I put milk in it this morning, and I think the mucus in the milk always kind of aggravates it, so. But yeah, glad to see you. Glad to see Scimitar among the living. I was worried about him, so. Yeah, if Scimitar, I know this is a big ask, but if you want to
Warp drive active.
Discord me your address, I will have a hot water bottle shipped to you. So. Because, yeah, that would make a difference. In fact, I'll probably even throw in a electric blanket. So, least I could do.
Docking permission requested. Docking request.
As long as I don't try to send you a gift card, it seems like it'll be fine. But yeah. So, yeah, I'm going to go through one of the others, I guess, since Walmart is being a pain. But I'll probably just call them and say, what the fudge? And a blow-up sex doll. Yeah. Hot bottle or hot toddy or both. I'll probably send. Actually, I don't think Walmart does hot toddies, but so why?
Permission requested. Docking request.
Oh, I guess I actually have to turn the mission in before I undock. I don't know why I undocked. I think Al threw me off with the blow-up sex doll. I'm gonna blame it on Al. I'm gonna blame it on Al. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Walmart doesn't sell those either, though. Though maybe there's a Priscilla's somewhere near him. I don't know if he has Priscilla's where he's at. That's what they had in Kansas City.
Warp drive.
I don't think they did delivery, though. I think you actually had to go pick everything up. So. But yeah, anyway. Since that conversation deteriorated very rapidly. Like usual in this channel. But yeah, let me know, let me know, Scimitar. I would be happy to do that. Happy to do that. Ooh. Ooh. I still haven't got your Christmas card out.
Warp drive active.
Which honestly, I'm about giving up. And that's usually when they show up. It's once I give up. I think it will show up. It's just a matter of what month it'll show up. You know, maybe March. Christmas in July. Surely it'll be here before July, but yeah, we'll see. Wife says, that's bizarre. Yeah, did you post the address to send one to? I think I gave it to Al privately, but no, I can give it to you as well if you want. Actually, what I've been doing is I've been giving my sister-in-law's address in Manila now. Everything I have shipped here, I have shipped to her now. Because if it's coming from outside the country, it never makes it to, well, it makes it to us. It just makes it to us after several months. If you send it to her, it gets to her in like 2 weeks. But yeah. But I don't want to publicly give her address out so that I don't want her getting, you know, harassed by people in the stream who don't like me.
Warp drive active.
We'll need that for next Christmas. There you go. Well, my thought is maybe it'll show up around next Christmas, and then we'll be okay, you know, because nobody will know what year other than the postmark, right? But there is no official postal service here in the Philippines.
Docking permission requested.
So mail is kind of optional. Though it's funny, I told you guys this before, but I sent my wife, before she was my wife, I sent her a card every day. My office was a couple blocks from a post office downtown Kansas City.
Accepted.
And every day at lunch, I would walk to the post office and drop a card in the mail. Cost me $1 a day to ship it to the Philippines, first class. And yeah, she would be surprised when the sex doll arrives. Yeah, yeah. And so yeah, and she didn't get them every day. She got every single card I sent. But she would usually get them in clumps of 5 or 6. And so, but yeah, she was living in Manila with her sister at that time. So I think that's what made the difference. Here in the province, it's like, yeah, forget it. Now it's weird because our boxes that we had shipped, they got here just fine. But I think that's a special service, so that's probably why they got here. But yeah, so yeah, she'll be surprised when the sex doll arrives. Yeah, yeah. It's funny, they don't have those kind of stores here. Or at least not that I've seen. I haven't been everywhere yet. Maybe in Manila, or Makati. Probably. Makati's the business capital of the Philippines. So that's probably where it would be. But yeah, it's strange. Like I said, they're about 50 years behind America, and I think that's one of the positive things that they're behind. So
Warp drive active.
you don't see the porn video places on the side of the highway, and you know, for the truckers. Of course, I don't have a whole lot of truckers here either, so surprisingly, that's not a big profession here, which I would think it would be. But honestly, I think with them being all islands, probably most things go by ship. But yeah.
Warp drive active.
I want and I need. I gotta quit chewing on these damn fingers. I put lotion on them this morning, but I have those finger cots. I'll probably start putting over them if they don't get better here soon. But they are getting better. They were a lot worse. But yeah. And I don't know if it'll be better in a melder or not. Probably not. Once the house is built.
Warp drive active.
Yeah, I just think in the province, there's no real mail service here in the Philippines. But in Manila, I think because of the businesses there and things of that nature, I think they've had to do a little bit better. But once you get outside of Manila, it's like, forget it. And I want, and I need, and I love, and I'm on, and I want, and I need, and I love,
Warp drive
and I'm
active.
on. Def Leppard. Make me. 6 minutes until the ad. Sorry about that. Appreciate you guys. Appreciate you guys being here. Special thanks to the donators again, Jackson and Al. Appreciate you guys. Congratulations to all the winners. I have a Booga. I think will probably be the next one, though. I don't know. You're probably gonna have to bump Kim Possible out there because Kimon Kimon wins every single time. Kimon wins every single time. Sorry, somebody's texting me. One of my American friends. Actually, a group of my American friends. One of the group chats I'm on.
Docking request accepted.
Prayer chain. Do we up inside? It's not me. What did I do? Actually, you donated. Trust me, I know. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Kimon wins like every single time. They may not win a whole lot, but they win every time. It's kind of amazing. Which is why I was shocked that I didn't already have him in my contacts. Yeah, that was probably the easiest one I've done, and it was 900 points.
Rigged.
Rigged, exactly. Rigged. Exactly. Exactly.
Warp drive active.
All right, quit picking your fingers. Quit picking. Quit picking. And good to hear that the TTS is working again. That one was acting up. Somebody try... Here, I'll do Samuel L. Jackson. Samuel L. Jackson was the other one that was having trouble. Who was the other one? There was another one.
Warp drive active.
Bonderger asked me, what up? Not much, just enjoying the chaos of this chat. Looks like everyone's got something wild to say. How about you, surviving the madness or diving right in?
Samuel L. Jackson. That sounds just like him. Sounds just like him. Other than it didn't have any F-bombs. Other than it didn't have any F-bombs. I don't remember who the other one was that wasn't working. Of course, when I do them, they always work. So, that's kind of cheating. Was it Trump?
Holy cow, what was that?
Yeah, see, that sounds like Trump too.
Active.
Patrick Stewart always works.
You were the chosen one. You were supposed to bring balance to the Force.
Yeah, that one kind of sounds like him, but... Yeah, they all seem to be working for me. Of course, they always work for me, like I said. That's one I haven't seen in a while. Caviar. He used to test out all the TTSs.
Permission requested. Docking request accepted.
And then Spectre Void. Spectre Void always tries to scare me with the scare one, the jump scare. Do it in Wookiee. Yeah, I never understand the Wookiee one. I don't speak Chewbacca. I can't tell if it's right or not. There's the ads. There's the ads. There's the ads. There's the ads.
Warp drive active.
The dog barking, but it's not Abigail. I don't know who it is. Probably the one across the street. So the people across the street that were doing the renovation. So our whole house is going to be built in 6 months. Well, they did a renovation where they added one room to their house, and it took more than 6 months. It took almost 9 months. And now the people that live there
Warp drive
have come back from America. They're Filipinos that were in America. They've come back from America. And now I guess they're tearing out some of the renovation and redoing it. And I'm like, you got to be kidding me. So after 9 months, it's not right. So yeah. So glad we didn't choose that woman to be our engineer. Because that was one of the suggestions. Hey, they're right across the street. Let's go ask them about building our house. So glad that didn't work out.
warp drive active.
We actually never talked to her. Mostly because we were like, God, they're slow. Now, with that said, I have been upset with my engineer, but not for any good reason. He's doing a fantastic job. He's doing a fantastic job. So, sorry, ads are on.
Warp drive active.
And there we are at the 2-hour mark. About to turn this one in. Let's see where we're at. 65. It was 57. So what's that, 8? So yeah, still 4 an hour. 4 an hour. 4,000 per hour. So actually, I need a raven for this golem. Do I have a raven? I do have a raven blueprint. I wonder if I actually have a raven, because I never fly it. I don't have to build one. Nope, I just have the blueprints. Alright, so we're going to have to build a raven. Which one's got the best? They all about the same. Good God. Got a whole bunch of them. Alright.
Thank you.
Wantle's Hero, thanks for the follow. Appreciate it. Alright, so we're actually good. All except for the auto integrity preservation seal, which is kind of weird. Why don't I have enough of those? I need another 50, 47, 47, 47, 47. What fit for the level 4 SOE missions are you flying? Yes. Send that one to Zerbaden. I think he's doing it. Wantles here. What? Want less. Want less hero. There you go. Sorry about that. Thanks for the follow. I'm sorry, the ads are on, so I'll redo that after the ads.
Permission requested. Docking request accepted.
Yeah, it's Zerbaden, I think, that's doing it, Al, not Scimitar. Though I think Scimitar did a few. The Sisters of Eve L4 Scimitar, sorry. Ad breaks over. Want less hero. Thanks again for the follow. Now that the ads are over, sorry.
Warp drive active.
Yeah, Zerbidan said he was running a Marauder, so I don't remember. I don't know if he said which one. That rattlesnake. I can fly that one. And I don't have one of those. I think maybe we're going to have to buy one of those. Buy a BPC.
Warp drive.
Which section of an agency is sky hooking? I don't know. That's a good question. I would probably say either encounters or exploration. But don't quote me on that. Encounters is all the home front and abyssal. Yeah. I don't see it in exploration either, though. Oops. Yeah, I don't know. That's a good question. Sorry, I don't know that one, Don Rico.
Drive active.
Want Less Hero, appreciate you being here. Thanks again for the follow. Sounds naughty. Sky hooking. I'm training rattlesnake also, yep. Yeah, it looks like I got everything I need for the rattlesnake. I just don't own one. So I may have to build one of those. Sounds naughty. Yeah, sounds naughty. You leave it to Jackson. He always goes there. Always. Always.
Active.
Always goes there. Always goes there. But that's why we love him. That's why we love him. That's why we love him. Big update. Big update to Skyhook or big update to the rattlesnake? Or both?
Warp drive active.
Oh, my back itches. Sorry. Have not been on for a few days. Yeah, oh yeah. Same with me. I hadn't been on in 5 days. And it took forever to update. Took forever to update. Ooh. Ooh. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's that dog across the street. Because I think they have it outside since they're ripping up the renovations that they just did and redoing them. Yeah, they're going to build my whole house in less time it took them to add one room. One room and a fence. They did put the fence up. And the fence actually looks nice. I do got to give them credit for the fence. The fence does look nice. But yeah. Whatever it takes, I will stay here with you. Oh, low sec for 700 points. I have to catch up on the videos. There you go. Actually, I don't think you do. So I I videoed on Saturday and it was horribly, horribly negative. I think it was Saturday. And so I didn't post it. So honestly, you might be caught up. I don't know. You didn't comment on the last two. So there's probably two out there that you need to watch. But I will have another one today. So I was super negative on Saturday and I didn't want to post that one. And so, because I was super pissed on Saturday. Because they had not worked. They looked like they were screwing around. Foreman was still MIA. Engineer was MIA, you know. But as of today, actually, as of Monday, actually, as of Sunday, foreman engineer showed up on Sunday. The concrete mixer's fixed. They started pouring the floors. They treated the ground. They started pouring the floors. So no, Lego, you haven't missed any. Because I didn't post the Saturday one. Like I said, it was so negative. I was like, yeah, I can't post this. I'd have to, if I tried to edit all the negative stuff out, it would have ended up like 30 seconds of video. Because I was super pissed. Because it was obvious that in 2 days they hadn't done hardly any work. And I was like, what the hell? Now, as I said, since I've had an epiphany since then, I'm paying him a flat rate to build my house in 6 months. So, and he's ahead of schedule. So, I really shouldn't be complaining about that. And the guys are working their butts off. So, they took a day off. I think, like I said, foreman wasn't there, engineer wasn't there, so the workers were unsupervised, and they kind of took advantage of it. But like I said, foreman's driving them like a dog sled team driver now. But so yeah, no, Lego, you have not missed any. I will have another one today, and it should be a big update because from what I understand, so they ran out. So concrete mixer's fixed. And then after they fixed the concrete mixer, they mixed so much concrete to pour the floors, they ran out of concrete. And our concrete shipment has not arrived. So now they're building the upper beams, the rebar for the upper beams, and getting those formed so that when the concrete arrives, they can finish pouring the floor and then pour those beams and then we'll start putting in the walls. So yeah. So the floors, they've treated the ground. They have the rebar down for the floors. They put plastic down, and they have started to pour the floors. So, but they ran out of concrete. So yeah. Once they fixed the concrete mixer, then they ran out of concrete. Which only here in the Philippines. Only here in the Philippines. So yeah. But no, you have not missed any, Lego. Because I didn't post the Saturday one. When I watched it, it was like, oh man. I was disappointed in myself because I was not masking my disappointment at all. And it was like, oh. Because it was obvious that we were there on Thursday and that's the last one you saw. When we went back on Saturday, there was hardly anything done from Thursday to Saturday. I was very disappointed. Very disappointed. Now, like I said, in the workers' defense, they're working their butt off, so and they're ahead of schedule, so I can't complain. And being ahead of schedule in the Philippines is like a miracle, But yeah, supply problems are kind of one of the reasons why nobody's ever had a schedule. So now we're dealing with that with the concrete. So, but I'm assuming they may have concrete there now. So that's one of the reasons we're going today. Since we were away all day yesterday, of course, we didn't get to go by. But I think they might have solved the concrete problem yesterday. But I haven't gotten an update. Because Archie was actually with us yesterday, so. Bum, 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 bum.
Warp drive active.
But yeah, Archie's the one that was sending us the update over the weekend when they poured the floors. He went over while they were mixing the chemical to treat the ground. And we did make sure that we got that mix the way we wanted, which is a little stronger than what they normally do. For the termites and the ants, keep them at bay. And then, so yeah, they treated the ground. And they put down plastic. And then they put the rebar on top of it and started pouring the floors. So yeah, I'm anxious to get over there and see it. So we're going to go over there this afternoon.
Active.
Just got to figure out what we're going to do with Abigail. So she may have to stay in the car. The first parasite she got from ticks. So the ticks won't be able to get in the car, but mosquitoes also carry it here in the Philippines. And so the mosquitoes, there's a lot of mosquitoes at the site. So they can get in the car because we probably open the windows for her. But I don't know. Maybe we'll just leave the air conditioner on. But yeah, so I'm not sure even about that. If having her in the car is going to... So yeah. But yeah. Poor kid. She's taking so much medicine now. So rattlesnake fit sent thou. Thanks, Scimitar. Appreciate it. Actually, can you put it in the channel? So I want to save it too. I think I'm going to build one.
Warp drive active.
But yeah. So Abigail's, she's actually, as soon as we started giving her the medicine, she started feeling better. So, which is good. But unfortunately, she's got a huge amount of medicine to take, which is frustrating because none of it tastes good, so she doesn't like it. Thanks, Scimitar.
Active.
I'm going to save it. And I have everything for that one. Awesome sauce. I love it. Thanks, buddy. Yeah, he's got it in the in-game channel if you're in there, Don Rico. If not, go ahead and join it. That's where we post most of our fits and stuff like that. So once you add it, it should reconnect every time, but it doesn't always. Sometimes it acts up, but
Warp drive active.
let us know when you're in there. There you go. I got it. I just put it back in there, so. No problem. One thing in Eve that I can't stand is trying to do fits. So I get almost all my fits from my community. So appreciate them for that. Because no matter what fit I build, it's never right. It's never perfect. It's never... So it's much easier to get them from them, the tried and true. So yeah, so all my fits come from my community. So, or Eve Workbench, which I try to use the community over Eve Workbench. I trust the community more.
Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
Trust the community more. Richard Marks. There's a storyline. Just joined and missed it. Oh, I'll put it in again. No worries. No worries. Yeah, see, we don't do a whole lot of PvP here, Don Rico, but somebody in there might. If not, definitely check out Anarchos. He's the team leader of Team Mothership. He's a big PvPer. I don't know. I think he uses a rattlesnake, so. Yeah, I sent it once. Let me know if you saw it. Sorry. I didn't see your message in the channel. I saw it on the stream, though, so thanks for that. Always good to get my attention. Thanks, Don Rico. I'm going to save it, too. I don't do any PvP, but you never know.
Drive active.
You never know. The rattlesnake's one I don't have. So, my goal in EVE is to build every ship, except probably for the capitals, but and the rattlesnake is one I have not built yet. So I think I'll build it and fit it and
Warp drive.
run level 4s with it. Excellent. Thanks, Wantless. Love that name, by the way. There's Zerbidin. Zerbidin, which can you put your fit in that you were using for the Sisters of Eve combat ones? That's the one I want to shoot for. Of course, I think the one that you were running is not one that I have. I can swap that fit around and get about 1,500 DPS. Wow. Yeah, for the Marauder. Thanks, Zerbidin. Yeah. Yeah, I definitely want to use the Marauder. I think the Marauder is definitely the quicker way to go about it. And the combat missions will be a lot more fun to watch. So, I'm curious about this one. Oh. Yeah, storyline. I don't want that. If I look at it here, and it doesn't count as me looking at it. Come on.
Warp drive active.
Actually, I think it does. Yeah.
Docking permission requested.
So it looks like it's just a delivery mission,
Docking request accepted.
which is easy enough. All right, thanks. 2343. Oof. Oh, the Varger. That's the one you're doing. Yeah, I don't think I can fly the Varger yet, but thank you for that. Oh, that's fine. They're in the same place. Thanks, buddy. Yeah, and I don't have that cannon. What's it require? Large autocannon specialization, but that's not a big deal. I can buy that. $13 million for remote injection. All right, says I got it on there. Save. Oop. Okay, complete. That's what it is. I'm like, where am I? 67. Well, there we're at. That's 20, or that's 10, right? 10? Yeah, 10. Oh, yeah, that's in an hour and a half. So, or 2.5 hours, excuse me. So, yeah, way behind. All right, let me find it.
Active.
So where's large autocannon? No. There it is. 1 hour. Let's go ahead and move it all the way to top. There we go. Cool beans. What's up, USA for the win? Are you looking for a certain one? No. Well, I do. I need a golem one. But yes. But because I'm going to build the golem. But the Varger is one that I also want. And that was the other thing I was going to check in there, was to figure out what I needed to fly the Varger. Minmatar. So yeah, so the battleship. Says I have 300 days for that.
Warp drive active.
Drop some in chat. Thanks. Oh, there's a golem. Oh, thank you. Perfect. I don't have the torpedoes. Torpedo specialization. Come on. Yeah. So yeah, those torpedoes I don't have, but they're not that bad.
Warp drive active.
And this one for missions, I have that one. Excellent. Excellent. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. I love your ship naming too. Yeah, that one's got the torpedoes too, but I can get those up. That's all that's special. Trying to help. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Was trying to get that goal to drop, but it's been sat on 40% for an hour now. You might have to refresh.
Warp drive active.
Yeah, because it should be progressing. I am drop available, but sometimes it gets flaky. Or go to somebody else and come back to me. That should do it as well. Sometimes it's just Twitch. Yeah, I like the Varger, but I don't have the skills for the Varger yet. It says 327 days, but that doesn't make sense. Maybe it's just going by where I already have it in my list. Double vision.
Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
But I did just notice I don't have any boosters. Oh, they're expired. Get out of here. Why are they expired? It didn't say they were going to expire. Ah, you bastards. What a... So I think Kragen's got a bunch of them too. Bet you they're all expired. Damn it. Oh well. Welcome to Eve. Sold each one for 160 million, but you have the whole week. I got 8, 10, 10 escalations. ESS for ratting today. Never gonna happen again. There you go. Only Johnny, good to see ya. I'll make a Raven if you want to do level 4s. The Galnet skins are usually TCP channel only. There you go. Oh, that could be. That could be. Good point, Survival. Yeah, that could be. Yeah, that could be. But you have the whole week. Yeah. And they've been doing stuff every day, so. Yeah, those are brain cheese expired, yeah. And I had a bunch of them with Kragen as well. I'm going to go check Kragen, because I bet you his are expired too. That hacks me off. Yep. Damn it. I mean, it makes sense. They were the same. Well, that's just awesome. I don't think I've ever done a mission in the game besides the agent ones when you start. Oh, there you go. Yeah, missions are definitely the way to get standing and everything else. And farm. I'm farming loyalty points now. So Sisters of Eve are who do the Odysseus, and you can get an Odysseus BPC for 250,000 LP. So that's what I'm shooting for. But then the materials to make it from that BPC require another 250,000. So yeah. I'm doing about 4,000 an hour is I think what I'm averaging right at the moment. Yeah. Air career for 4 characters. That works too. Get a lot of skill points that way. Yep. Yep, those are great. Yeah. Just passive, yeah. By accident. Yep, that's the way I've done most of mine. Pleasant surprise when I did something else and I got a reward for it. Oh, shit. Well, beans.
Drive active.
Yep, been there, done that. Kanom, good to see ya. Only Johnny, good to see ya. I don't think I missed anybody. Survival, good to see ya. Appreciate you guys. I always try to say hi to everybody when you first chat, so sorry about that. Oh, my back. My back is itching. It's got to be this Canada shirt, Jerry Can. Causing my back to itch. What's up with that?
Drive active.
Good to see you, Survival. You missed a race today. We had a race earlier. We gave away an Odysseus. Compliments of my buddy Jackson Sinclair who donated it. So, which is funny because that's what I'm working towards here. I'm going to have to just steal one of these donations he gives and then not work towards it anymore. But I enjoy doing the missions, especially since I've been away for several days. And anytime I come back to Eve after being away, it's always one of those where it's like, I got to work myself into it. Got to work myself into it. Remember how to fly. Remember how to fly. Just got home, so might have been driving or working. There you go. Yeah, we did a little earlier than we normally do. So he had donated it right at the beginning of the stream. So I wanted to make sure he got to see it be given away. And he tends to fall asleep on me every once in a while. So I had to do it a little earlier, make sure he wasn't asleep. He burns the candle at both ends. So he's definitely one of my generous benefactors, but he burns the candle at both ends. Busier than a one-legged man in a butt-kicking contest. Hey now. That was a compliment. That was a compliment. Sleepy. Yeah, you are. You're always sleepy, and you have a right to be sleepy. Work your butt off. I don't sweat giveaways I don't know about. There you go. I'm sure there'll be another one. Oh, I'm sure there'll be another one. I definitely got to figure out this rear end thing. Yesterday when I drove 2 hours. Well, we broke it up several times. We had several stops on the way to Manila, but 2.5 hours to get to Manila, all told. And then, of course, 2 hours, 15 minutes to get home, which was great. Better than ever. But yeah, sitting in the car for that on the way home, it was all one trip. And that was brutal. Need a contest for a better butt pad for Bond. No, I've tried every butt pad they offer here. I don't think the pad is the problem. I think it's the butt. Honestly, I think I'm losing weight. And it seems like I'm losing weight in my rear end, of all places. The one place I didn't have any weight to begin with. You know, I got this beer belly, even though I don't drink beer. And I would love to lose that. But it never comes off of there. Only comes off of the one place where I really need the padding. So, losing the padding, yeah. When I enter a wormhole and there's actually someone in local, it's because he's close to me. I thought local was supposed to be empty the whole time. Local should be empty the whole time. From a wormhole perspective. Are you sure you were in a wormhole and not in nullsec? I mean, it's pretty easy to tell, but not calling you stupid or anything. That wasn't my intention, but yeah, I've never seen anyone in a wormhole in local. I didn't realize that if they're close to you, because if they're close to me, I'm dead. But yeah, if they're close to you, they show up in local. That would be interesting. Maybe that's a new change. If someone is showing, it's because they talked. Oh, there you go. There you go. So if they say something, then they'll show up in local. Oh, I didn't know that.
Docking permission requested.
Yeah, I'm sure I was in a wormhole. I just entered and there was a nude in local, so I just got back to null. Yeah. Yeah, so like Jackson said, if they say something in local, then they'll show up in local. So they don't necessarily have to be close to you. If they say something in local, then they'll show up in local. And that makes sense. There's 1,000 points. Get us back on track. Come on. Fooling. Yeah, because I've never seen anyone in local in wormhole ever, but they never talk to me. They just blow me up. So that's probably why. I'll have to try that the next time I'm in a wormhole. Hey, is anybody home? Of course, I already show up in local, so I don't think that'll change that. I don't know. Do you show up in local? On my way back to you, Fiend, to upgrade my Pioneer. There you go. Yeah, so mining event tomorrow night. Same time as usual. So 9 a.m. here in the Philippines, which equates to 8 p.m. on the East Coast. 7 p.m. Central Time. 6 p.m. Mountain. You get the picture. Yeah, so probably there was more people there and he was answering someone. Yep, that's probably what happened. So when you jumped in, there was already a conversation going on and he happened to reply after you jumped in and that's why he showed up. Yep. UK time, that's a good one. I'm not sure, Wantless Hero. What time do you have now? It's 11:23 a.m. here, so it'll be in like 22 hours. Yeah. 21 and a half hours. Whatever time that is for you.
Warp drive active.
I'm originally from the U.S., so that's why I do everything in U.S. time. I lived in Kansas City for 30 years, retired in April, moved to the Philippines permanently, so that's where that one is. Or maybe he insta-scammed me and was trying to scare me. I was scared by just seeing the name. Yeah, you and me both. Oh, UK time is Eve time. Oh, okay. So, yeah. So then it would be 1:20. Yeah, about 1 a.m. Eve time. Yeah, about 2.5 hours ago. Yeah. Yeah, 2.5 hours ago. But tomorrow. Yeah, so 1 a.m. Eve time. I didn't realize UK time was Eve time. Cool. I thought it was Iceland time. All this time I thought Eve time was Iceland time. Shows what I know. Stupid American. But yes, 1 a.m. Eve time. That's what we probably need to put in there from now on. 1 a.m. Eve time. But yeah, That's tomorrow. And we do it in Galente system. They're in Iceland. Yeah, they're in Iceland. We do it in a Galente system called Ufine. Oh, the servers are in London? Yeah, CCP is from Iceland. They're headquartered in Iceland, but I guess the servers are in London, which makes sense why it's UK time. Yep, that makes perfect sense. Which makes sense. They probably don't have enough power to generate enough to run all their servers in Iceland. Or maybe London's more central. That's probably more like it. I don't know. They should, with all the money we're paying, they should be able to buy their own server farm, to be perfectly honest. But yes, they are headquartered in Iceland. Took me 2 weeks to realize CCP everyone mentioned all the time is the core. Wants Chinese Communist Party. Wasn't the Chinese Communist Party. Yeah, sorry about that. That's what CCP used to stand for back in our day. Yeah. Yeah. All time is set by the UK. There you go. There you go. Yeah, Americans like to feel like we're the center of the universe, but why are you undocking? Moron. I did it again.
Docking permission requested. Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
Yeah, we Americans. I still count myself as American even though I'm in the Philippines. But we Americans, we like to think we're the center of the universe. So whatever you do, don't disrupt that for us. So, because yeah, who knows what'll happen then. We might, who knows? We might actually start, kidnapping people. Iceland, UK is the same in winter until UK shifts for daylight saving. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. So the UK does do daylight savings time. I didn't know that either. See, I pride myself on learning one new thing a day. That's how I keep my brain young. And I've already learned two things today. That Eve time is UK time because UK is the creators of time, and that UK does daylight savings time. I did not know that. I thought only stupid Americans were the only ones who did daylight savings time, but actually we probably pushed the UK to do it. Yeah, it definitely needs abolishing. It served a purpose many, many, many moons ago, but I don't believe it serves any purpose now. We say our Americans, we still say we do it for the farmers, but ironically, we're running all the farmers out of business and buying up all their land to build houses. So I don't know why we would be doing anything for the farmers since we're trying to eliminate them. But farmers get up with the sun regardless of what time the clock says. So Google called it British summertime. There you go. British summertime. See, once again, UK created time. So that makes sense. So Eve time would more correctly be Icelandic time. GMT -0. So that makes also more sense. Grand, was it Grand Greenwich time? Something Greenwich time. GMT stands for. Grand Greenwich time? Something like that. I'm not pronouncing it right, but I don't pronounce anything right. So they just go by GMT. USA is UK in its youth. Mistakes you're making now were did 500 years ago. See, and that's kind of weird because the Philippines is like 50 years behind the US. So the mistakes they're making are the ones we made like 50 to 100 years ago. So it seems like Greenwich, that's it. Greenwich Mean Time. Thank you. Greenwich. Yeah. Bye, Opa. Thanks. Good to see ya. Yeah. Today I learned that you can find out if the Garista's haven is a rock haven or not by just warping or instant cancel the warp. If it's a rock, you will get the ship computer pop up. Oh, I didn't know that either. Well, that's good to know. Alright, sorry. Somebody's been talking in the in-game channel, and I missed it. Nice ship donation. I appreciate it, and can fly it. There you go. There you go. Al, congratulations. Couldn't have gone to a nicer guy. Appreciate it. Greenwich. There you go. Greenwich. Which is a place, right? Greenwich is a city, right? I thought it was. I thought that's why it was actually called that, was because it's supposedly the city where time was created. Grenwich. Greenwich. Well, it wants to change it to Greenwich. Yeah, so it keeps changing it to Greenwich Mean Time. Borough of London. Oh, there you go. So it was created there. There you go. Not spending time every day finding rocks before start riding equals more. There you go. That makes it better. Yeah, I thought it was a city. But funny, when I search for it here in the Philippines, it does not bring it up as a city. It says it's Greenwich. Yeah, it actually says it's Greenwich with 2 E's. Yeah, 2 E's. Greenwich. Yep. Yep. Greenwich refers to several most famous the historic area in London, England. Greenwich. 2 E's. There we go. I don't take off for spelling here because I can't spell worth a damn. 552? Come on. It's not even worth it. Baby dolls, that's why. Why Sisters of Eve got me that. Silent W, there you go. So I can't spell either. Yeah, I can't spell either. But that's where time was created. Greenwich, yeah. The second E is silent. Yep. Greenwich. That's it. Greenwich, no W. So the second E and the W are both silent. Because I was saying, I always thought it was Greenwich, which is why I spelled it that way. I never thought it had a W, and I definitely didn't know about the second E. So, yeah. So, yeah, cool beans. Greenwich Mean Time, that's it. But, yeah, I thought it was a location. Which, like I said, I thought it was considered where time was created. And now that Wantless has shown that UK created it and that Greenwich is in London, you got to be right. It's probably the Saxons' fault, to be fair. And who says English is hard? Yeah, well, ironically, I envy those of you that speak multiple languages, because as an American, learning English, it makes it very difficult to learn any other language because there is zero logic in English. You know, we walk on, we drive on parkways and we park on driveways. Just for one example, right? But I'm trying to learn my wife's native tongue, Tagalog, and we were talking about this the other day. They have, English has 97 words for chair. You got chair, stool, recliner, there's a whole list. Her language has 1 word for chair, and you use it for every chair, no matter what. And they don't have words for him or her. It's just them. And or they. And so I'm having a hell of a time learning it. So it's actually UTC now. Yeah, it's probably the saxophone. Yeah, so what's UTC stand for? I only speak English because of video games, heavy metal, and professional wrestling. Spanish and French. Yeah, see, I studied Spanish in school, and I can struggle through Spanish. gives me hope that I should be able to figure out Tagalog, but Tagalog is really, really, really causing me problems. Really causing me problems. And unfortunately, my wife, I love her dearly. Let's just preface it with that. She is not a teacher. Not a teacher. She has no tolerance. Universal coordinated time. Okay, that makes sense. But is it universal time coordinated? Because it's UTC. But either way, that works.
Warp drive active.
Which is that was probably an American, an Americans that decided to try and simplify it when it really wasn't. Didn't need simplified. I think Greenwich is better because it says where time was created, gives them credit where credit is due. But yeah. Of course, if it was an American that had done it, then it would have been, they would have made UTC be like, GMT -8 or something. Actually, no, I think Philippines is GMT -8. I think actually we're GMT +8. So, where and obviously we are GMT +8 based on the eve time versus the time it is right now. But yeah, the America is GMT -5, I think. I think Central Time was -5. Actually, it might be -6 now because of daylight savings. I'm sure a certain someone will want to be called Trump time soon enough. Pacific coast of U.S. is -8. There you go. That's it. Yep. I do not. I am working on it. So yes, Tagalog is the national language here, and I am struggling to try and learn it. So kind of an immersion type thing. A lot of conversations here with my wife and her family that I can follow along, so I understand mostly what they're talking about. I don't get a lot of the detail, but I cannot respond effectively in Tagalog yet because it is just so foreign to English. The word order, I mean, they have the same word for many things, which, don't get me wrong, we have that in English too, your, and your, But in their case, they have the same word, and based on how you pronounce it, it means completely different things. Where your, and your, they're kind of all the same thing. You can struggle through it and figure it out. I mean, she told me one yesterday. Oh, Palenque. I think it was Palenque, which is market. And if you say Palenque, it's market. But if you say Palenque, then it means like basket or something like that, which is completely unrelated. And I'm like, what? And she's like, yeah, it's confusing. And I'm like, yeah, no shit. Thanks for that. I wouldn't have figured that out without you helping me out there. But yeah, I'm working on it. The Filipinos are fantastic. They understand English, but they are not at all comfortable speaking it. So one of the reasons we chose here was, number one, so the main reasons I chose here to retire was because it's cheap, number one. Number two, my wife is from here. My wife of almost 19 years is from here. She lived with me in America for 18 years. So I had promised her I'd bring her home when we retired. And so that's number two. But number three is because I was told they speak fluent English. Well, that's not correct. They understand English. They do not like to speak it. They're very self-conscious of their English, especially with an American. And so they understand everything I say, but they always respond in Tagalog, which I'm like, okay, which I can understand enough to get the point across, and so it works. But I want to start communicating with them in their native tongue so that, you know, I have one sister-in-law that does not speak any English, and so it also helped communicating with her, though I don't communicate with her that often, but still. But yeah.
Drive active.
Where like Vietnam, Thailand, all the other Asian countries, they do not even understand English and don't even try. Like Japan. I've been to Japan. My wife has a sister that lives in Japan, her sister and her children. And they don't even put the signs in English. They don't, like, sorry, screw you Americans. If you want to visit, I mean, we stayed in a hotel there, beautiful hotel, beautiful place, but they would not even try to speak English and would not even try to help out. We were trying to get more towels one day, and for the life of me, I could not get the point across to this woman that I wanted more towels. And we actually had to call my nephew who lives there, who's fluent in English, Tagalog, and Japanese. And he told her over the phone that we needed more towels, and she was like, okay. I will visit someday for sure. Asia has the best food. Yeah, I love the food here. My wife has cooked for me for 18 years, so yeah. So as you can tell, I'm doing all right. It's all good food. But yeah, but here, the one thing I think that I've liked the most, very cheap, number one, and it's very fresh. Everything is fresh because nothing lasts very long. I'm eating better than I have ever eaten and fresher than I have ever eaten. America's got so many chemicals in the food, so many chemicals that we don't allow anywhere else, that are not allowed anywhere else. We Americans still keep ingesting them, and it's kind of crazy. And then we can't understand why there's an epidemic on cancer and Alzheimer's and things of that nature, which don't have to be a brain surgeon for that one, buddy. But then again, the drug industry in America is also making a ton of money. So, and you don't make any money from a cure. You only make money from treatments. You lost 60 pounds, Scimitar. Excellent job. I haven't lost that much. In fact, I need to buy a scale because I have no idea how much I've lost. But I know I've lost some. I can see it here, especially. I have less chins than a Chinese phone directory now, so I've definitely lost weight. We can't have a lot of U.S. food here in the UK. Yeah, same here in the Philippines. They do ship a couple things in, but it's expensive. But anything that's here, it actually it tastes a lot different because they have to remove many things that they don't allow here. Like the red dye number 5 was a big one. Yellow dye number 7, I think. We're like, yeah. Yep. And that is the American way. Max profits. You don't make I had one tell me once, you don't make a drug guy who worked for the drug corporation. He said you don't make a whole lot of money from a cure. You only sell the cure once. Yep. But if you keep maximizing the treatment method like cancer, you can make a ton of money. And I'm like, but that's wrong. That's morally wrong. So when you have as much money as we do, you don't care about morals. I said, well, thank God I'm not that rich. What do they call it? I think we called it on the stream here not too long ago. FU money. Yeah. FU money. We were talking about my buddy Sean Connery. My buddy Sean Connery beats around all of his lady friends and bought his apartment building. Somebody in the apartment building complained about his music was too loud, and so he bought the whole building in order to evict everybody so nobody could complain about his music. FU money. I used to watch a lot of wrestling, and when I got American Signal like Fox for the commercials, it was 100% fast food. Yep. Had a lot of creativity, advertising for shows, 3D care. Americans only buy 2, get 3 extravaganza. That's it. Yep. Buy 1, get 1 free. Right. Yep. That's it. All fast food and all drugs. That's what our advertising is. Fast food and drugs. And it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. But that's where they make their money. I have a church mate from America who owns 7 McDonald's. And he's a millionaire. And which is, yeah, ironic. Don Rico, I'm going to add you as a contact, just so I have you for the future. I try to add anybody in the stream so I can tell who's here and who I don't have listed. So, Wantless here, I'm going to add you as well. Since you guys have the same name in the stream, it won't be a problem. If you didn't have the same name, I usually put on your profile which name you have in the stream so I know you. But male enhancement, yep. Yeah. That's the one that I can't get over because we've talked about this on stream. A little bit too much information, okay? But the one pill I have not needed is the one that makes it, solid. I need a pill that makes it not solid. Because it's solid all the damn time. Alright? I've been married a long time. And this is my second wife. So yeah. There's the ads. Perfect timing. Perfect timing. Yeah, give me a pill that makes it go away. Not one that makes it hang around for 8 hours. That's... Yeah, TMI. Sorry about that. But yeah. So I'm like, you guys obviously don't know your audience if you're targeting me for that. Because that is not a problem I have. It may be a big problem in America. It's not one I've ever had. Bloody ad, yeah. Not bragging. I'm not bragging. No, I'm not bragging. Yeah. Because honestly, I wish it would happen less. I'm sure the wife would wish it would happen less. Because it always puts me in kind of a frisky mood. Another TMI. You eat too much spicy. See, I don't eat any spicy food. I do have a hot wife. So there is that. Yeah, I do have a smoking hot wife. So yeah. Way outside my pay grade. Way outside.
Docking request accepted.
What's the sport of the Philippines? So it's funny. They love basketball. Though they are the shortest people in the world. But they love basketball. Love it. Where I've never been a big basketball fan. But they love basketball. At least they're giving me 1,000 for this low-sec one. Yeah, they love basketball. Let me know if you heard that. Because I know the ads are on. I don't know if the ads are still on for you guys. It tells me they're still on, but... What would I know? I'm only the streamer here,
Warp drive active.
Only basketball I ever consumed was on a Super Nintendo. There you go. Yeah, I've never been. I'm taller than average, but I've never been a big basketball guy either. I don't have the coordination for it. And but yeah, you would think soccer. Soccer's not super big here. They play soccer kind of the way we do in America. It's a high school sport that people play because the world plays it, but it's not something they really take super serious. But basketball, they just love basketball. And I'm like, you guys are not equipped for basketball. But I guess when they play each other, it's not a big deal. It's only when they go and play, Americans, the giants of the world, or, some of the other countries, it's like, yeah, we're outclassed. Of course, then again, Spud Webb was one of the shortest guys in America, and he did a really good job at basketball. I guess it's all training those jump muscles. So, soccer's the main thing there, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I played soccer in high school, and but that was more of a, so I was signed up for a sport. I was not a sport guy. I was even more uncoordinated then than I am now. So yeah. But yeah, I was really shocked that basketball is really what they play here everywhere, and they love it. And I'm like, so do they not know they're short? I mean, I just don't think they care. It's like they enjoy the sport, and more power to them. The greatest people I've ever met in the world, to be perfectly honest. Hands down. Some of the nicest people I've ever met in the world. And then, of course, you drive on the roads here, the exact opposite. So, yeah. But most of the people driving on the roads are not Filipinos. Most of the people driving on the roads are foreigners or very rich Filipinos who have been corrupted. Because most of the Filipinos can't own a car. They don't have the money for a car, so.
Warp drive active.
But yeah. Though they consider it a very poor country, but when we had New Year's here, everybody in our neighborhood. Now this is also considered, I guess, a rich neighborhood, but everybody in our neighborhood except us, because I was afraid of getting arrested, was shooting off fireworks, and the fireworks here are more expensive than in America. I mean, ridiculously expensive, and everybody was shooting them off, thousands of them, and it was like. Really? There's no money in the Philippines? Because these people just wasted a ton of it on explosives that are gone in 30 minutes. So, yeah. But, of course, we call it football because carrying a ball with your hands and call it football makes no sense. Right. Exactly. The house is going great, Pi. I'm going to have another video up today. I haven't had one in 5 or 6 days. I was a little disappointed because things weren't happening the way I thought they should, but I'm not an engineer, so I need to just back off and let the engineer do his job. But they are back on track and they are ahead of a schedule. But yes, they're pouring the floors now and forming the beams for the upper side of the house. And so, yeah, so it's really starting to take shape. So definitely check out the videos. You can find the link on the Discord. There's a house build channel if you're not on the Discord, or you can just go out to YouTube and look for my channel on YouTube, which is under the same name, @BondarJR. So if there's no money in the Philippines, who are those whales who kick my ass in every PvP gotcha and mobile? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there's a lot of money here. It's just not in the hands of the native Filipinos is the problem. That's the problem. There's a lot of money here, but where are we at? 313. How many points I got? Let's see where we are for the 3-hour mark.
Warp drive active.
It just gave me my points. You would have thought I would have watched it. 71. So we started at 57. That's 14. 3 hours. We're still at. We're not quite at 5. We might make 5. I'm going to try and average 5 an hour. But yeah, the house is going well, Piopa. Thanks for the asking. I'm very pleased with it. Like I said, Saturday I did a video. I did not put it up to YouTube because it was super negative. Because I was not very pleased on Saturday. I was very upset on Saturday. And Sunday, ironically, after I set it into the universe, because I didn't put it out on YouTube, I didn't make it public. After I set it into the universe, Sunday, miraculously, everything got fixed. Everything got fixed. Oh, okay, my Istar finished the last site for today. Time to go. It's 1 a.m. there. No worries, only Johnny. Appreciate you showing up. Have a good one. Appreciate it. Sleep well. But yeah, the house build's going well. House build's going well. They tell me they're shooting for 6 months, start to finish. We started on December 1st, so we're expecting somewhere May. It should be done. So we're pretty excited, and they are ahead of schedule, according to the engineer. Though honestly, we haven't got the schedule yet, which is another one of my complaints. But which would be good because I got to come up with the next payment. So I need to know when I need to come up with that. Schedule would help with that. But yes, ironically, like I said, I kind of screamed to the universe on Saturday. Didn't post it to any public channels. But ironically, Sunday, everything was fixed. Concrete mixer was fixed. Foreman was back on site. Engineer was actually on site. They started pouring the floors. They treated the ground for termites and ants. And, yeah, I mean, they've gotten a ton of work done in the past 3 days. Where they had, like, 3 days where they didn't seem like they did anything. So yeah, and like I said, my foreman... engineer, we're very happy with engineer. My foreman is great, but every once in a while he gets pulled to another site, and my workers do not supervise themselves very well. So yeah, I guess if it's only 1 or 2 days, they do all right, but anything longer than that, it's kind of problematic. So which I made clear in the beginning. That I didn't want there ever to be a time where both of them were missing. The engineer is only on site 3 days a week, or at least he's supposed to be. I don't think he actually makes it all 3 days, but the foreman's supposed to be there every day. So, but he has had to be pulled away a couple times, and it's been problematic. Actually, I shouldn't say that. He's been pulled away a couple times, and it wasn't problematic till this last time. So, but he's driving them like a dog sled team leader for the last 3 days, and he's got them back on track. So, though, to the point where they ran out of concrete. They were pouring so much concrete, they ran out of concrete. So we were waiting on concrete to be delivered. So I'm kind of hoping when I show up today, there's a shipment of concrete that has arrived so that they can finish pouring the floors. So,
Docking permission requested.
but yeah. But that's a nice thing about the foreman. When they have a problem like that, he gets them on something else right away. Where I think they had a problem like that while he was gone, and they just didn't bother to do anything. Because he wasn't there to drive them. So yeah, so I really appreciate him. I really appreciate my workers. My workers are working their butt off. So them taking a day off to recoup was not a big problem. But now that I've seen the progress they're making, when they have a day where they don't make any progress, I get kind of upset. Or in this case, 2 to 3 days where they don't make any progress. So yeah. But yeah, it's all good. It's all good. I've got to let them handle it. They're doing a fantastic job. So, and there are going to be low days, slow days, that kind of thing. So.
Active.
But yeah, we started at like the perfect time. So we started December 1st for the house, and it was just the end of the rainy season. And they have made fantastic progress. Fantastic progress. So yeah, we're super excited. Super excited. Super excited to be moving in here in just a couple months. So yeah. So that's going to be nice. So that'll be a big deal. That'll be a big deal. So anyway, running Sisters of Eve, farming Sisters of Eve LP, try and get my own Odysseus. Since I do not take any of the donations to the stream, I give them all away. My generous benefactor Jackson Sinclair gave an Odysseus to the stream today, and we gave it away. Al Monksy was the winner of that. Congratulations, Al. And yeah, so we appreciate that. Al also did a donation. We gave that away. That was cash. So we usually do cash. But yeah, definitely tune in. We give away a lot of stuff. Philippines is looking nice country retire and personally thinking about that. Yep. Yeah, I definitely recommend it. But I strongly recommend you visit here first because there are some frustrations. As I said, the Philippines is like 50 years behind the US, and that can cause some frustrations for people. So you definitely want to make sure it's something that you can live with. We give up a lot of convenience to move here. A lot of convenience. So if I need scotch tape or shoelaces or anything non-essential, anything non-food related, it's 2.5 hours for me to get it. Minimum. Depending on traffic. Traffic here is horrible. Horrible. Like LA traffic. Every single day. It's ridiculous. The infrastructure here is not good. So the internet, I have Starlink because the regular internet is horrible. But in my case, it's worth it. It's very relaxing here. I live in the province. I'm in the Batangas province, which is just south of Manila. So I'm still close enough to Manila for everything. Like 2.5 hours to Manila on a good day. And so yeah, I love it here in the province, but it is not for everyone. And so yeah, definitely visit. And our place will have a guest room. So if you want to visit, I got a place for you to stay. So but yeah, I actually have 2 guest rooms. But yes, definitely visit because I don't want to tell you it's a great place and then have you not enjoy it because it's not for everybody. But yeah, I love it here in the province. It's quiet, it's peaceful, but it is off the beaten path. So I can get pretty much any fast food I want that's here available in the Philippines. There are a lot of things that are not available here that I miss. But yeah, if I need just regular paper towels, toilet paper, yeah, there's no Walmart. The closest Walmart equivalent is 2.5 hours away, and you really got to plan ahead, which isn't a big deal for us, but it is a big deal for some. And so I know a lot of people have been disappointed. They're like, yeah, they've come here and they retired here and hated it. And so, yeah, I don't want that to happen with you. Definitely visit. But yeah, it's beautiful for me. I'm loving it. But yeah, I don't think it's for everybody. So we had one vlogger that we watch. I'm not going to say his name, but he, not that I don't want to promote him. He's a good one, but I don't want to speak bad of him and then promote him. So yeah, I'll promote him later. But he moved to the province with his wife and had a mental breakdown because of the chickens and things of that nature, just the noise, which I was shocked by. Yeah, he ended up in the hospital for quite a while. And so, yeah, it's not for everybody. And so, but yeah. Which honestly, I think it was noisier in America. I don't think it was ever quiet in America. I love it here. Even with the chickens, you get used to it. I mean, where I grew up, I had trains, Amtrak trains that went right behind our house. And so I remember people coming over and having sleepovers, and people would sleep over and be like, how did you sleep with those trains? And I'm like, I don't hear those trains. I said, you get used to it, And I think it's the same here. The roosters crow every day at dawn and all day long for most of the day. I don't think they ever shut up. But it's something you just, you don't think about it. Some of the people, Lego and them, have commented on the videos about, I hear the roosters. And I'm like, I have to go back and listen because I don't remember the roosters. It's background noise. Yeah. Yeah, where my wife's the exact opposite. My wife wants to live where the people are packed in like sardines. She's very claustrophobic, but she's got to have people around in order to feel like everything's okay. And she grew up in Manila, and so where our property is and where we're building the house is even more province than where we are right now. It's about a half hour from where we are right now. And I'm curious how she's going to do when we move into the house. Though I think it'll be her house, so it'll be better. But there's a lot less people there. I mean, the whole town. Actually, they said the town has like 1,000. I think town is what we would call it in America. They call it a barangay here. But yeah, I think we would call it a town. But yeah. But yeah, I'm the same as you, Don Rico. I prefer, and it's like I said, quiet is a relative, because you have the roosters, you have the dogs, you have the, I mean, there's a lot of noise, but it's not noise as I think of noise. You know, you live in the city, you know, it's all cars and motorbikes and things of that nature. That's noise. This is more nature, natural. I don't see it as noise, and so, but I know some people are not used to it, so it causes problems. But yeah, like I mentioned, the one guy, I guess for the first year he was in the hospital because yeah, he had a lot of problems with it, and I was like, really? I was shocked, because I would have never even thought of that. But yeah, from that perspective, so that definitely visit. I'm growing in a village next to lakes and forests. Yep. Yeah, I love that. I'm the same as you. But like my ultimate vacation was a farmhouse on a lake with the mountain in the background with no neighbors for 20 miles. Where my wife was like, "No, I'm not going there." I took her once to I guess we would call it an Airbnb now. It was almost 20 years ago, so it wasn't Airbnb back then. But it was a rental place on the lake. It had a jacuzzi. Beautiful place. But it was like far from everyone. She didn't sleep all night. She was scared that the zombies were going to come and get her. And I said, "What?" She's like, "Yeah, this is the kind of places that the zombies show up." And I'm like, "No, because the zombies are made from people, and there's no freaking people here. That's the beauty of it. And besides, zombies are fictitious. There are no zombies." I'm a village boy, Northeast England. There you go. Yeah, that's the way I am. Give me the peace and quiet any day. And she was like, "No, I don't like this at all. Let's go home." And I'm like, "Okay." I was like, "You gotta be kidding me, right?" No. Mm-mm. I'm like, "This is romantic." No, she said, I can't concentrate. I'm freaked the hell out. And I'm like, "All right." So yeah, after that, we stay in hotels. Usually the more popular, the better. And I'm like, and then I go camping when I need to get away. Tree houses and stick fights. There you go. Tree houses. So that was mine too. That was mine. But yeah, so yeah, it's completely different. Of course, that's the other thing. My wife grew up here on a series of islands. Does not know how to swim. Majority of the Filipinos do not know how to swim. And I'm like, I grew up on the East Coast, so I wasn't too far from water. But everybody in America pretty much knows how to swim. In fact, when you find somebody that doesn't know how to swim, it's kind of like, okay, do you have a fear of water, or what's going on? Where here in the Philippines, exact opposite. Nobody knows how to swim, and it's more than likely, in your case, in the cases here, you might have to swim to save your life sometime. Where in America, that never happens.
Docking permission requested.
So yeah, we're having a pool installed at our house,
Docking request.
and as one of my compromises, it can only be 5 feet deep because she's 5'2", And, that way she won't drown. So, okay. I mostly have the pool because it's 100 degrees here every day, and I need to make sure I don't die. So yeah, that's fine. It's gonna be more like bath water anyway. So, but yeah. But I'm like, wouldn't it just be easier to learn how to swim? Which I'm sure now that we're gonna have a pool, she probably will. But let's not let's not rock the boat. Because I'm like, why don't you just learn how to swim? Nah.
Active.
What are the pool dimensions? So it is roughly 20 feet by 10 feet. Roughly. They do everything here in meters. So yeah, it's kind of... So I have the exact, but yeah, 20 by 10. 20 long, 10 wide. And 5 feet deep. Which I think the engineer was like, yeah, it's going to be 6 feet on one end and 4 feet on the other. My wife was like, oh, hell no. Oh, really? 6 feet, you can still bounce, for crying out loud. You're not that short. But yeah. 20 by 10. 20 feet by 10 feet. Like I said, it's not exactly that because of the meters. But that's what it comes out to when I round it. That's what it comes out to. So not a bad sized pool. Not a huge pool, but still, more than enough for me. So. And our family, because I'm sure the family will be over there swimming every day. Nobody here has a pool. Nobody. There's a couple big houses built in Imelda. Imelda's a big area for resorts, and some of the resorts have pools. But we are the first house in Imelda, even though there's a couple very large houses there. We're the first house that's going to have a pool. And yeah, you guys are all welcome. You're all welcome. We got 2 guest rooms, and we got a huge open area, living room, dining room, kitchen. We'll throw sleeping bags out there. We'll get everybody. Everybody will have a place to sleep. Not a problem. You guys are all welcome. But yeah, it's been the talk of the town because of the pool. Not because it's a nice house or that it's going up so fast, though that has been a talk of the town. Because it's going to have a pool. They're like, whoa, these guys must be rich, which is ironic because... So, the flight... So, our normal flight from America, we normally had 3 layovers. Usually a layover in LA, Texas, or Chicago. And then a layover in one of the Asian countries, Japan, Korea... Thailand, Vietnam, one of those guys, China, and then the last leg would be to the Philippines. So 2 layovers. But yeah, it's normally like 26, 28 hours total. So from America. Probably a little less from the UK. I'm looking houses now in the Philippines, and damn, some of them good. Yeah, that's very affordable here. We're building a custom-made house for about $100,000. Give or take. So yeah, it's drastically different. And this is custom made and this guy is not a cheap engineer. He's one of the more expensive ones. So yeah, and my wife is kind of a high maintenance customer. So she keeps changing stuff on him. So, which I'm pretty sure is going to end up costing me, but that's fine. But yeah. We rent a house here. So we're renting a house here. So we're in San Juan, Batangas. San Juan is the city. We're actually in Calit, which is the barangay. San Juan is the city. Batangas is the province. And so Calit is our barangay. And so we're in Calit, San Juan, Batangas. Our house is in Imelda, San Juan, Batangas. And the place we rent here is a 4-bedroom, 2-bath, full house. And I'm paying $300 a month for the rent. Which our mortgage in Kansas City for my condo in Kansas City was more than double that. Just for the mortgage our electric bill was $400 or $500 a month. You know, because I run a pretty sophisticated computer rig for the streaming and everything. And of course ran the central air all the time and blah, blah, blah. Where here, our electric bill is usually $100 or less a month. And we're running the air conditioner all day, every day. At least in my office, we have 2 air conditioners, my office and the bedroom. We run those all day, every day. The house is going to be fully solar. So we will not have an electric bill over there. We're not expecting to. We'll have electric grid for backup, but I don't expect we'll ever use it. So there'll probably be a minimal that we'll have to pay for the meter. But yeah, we're gonna be fully solar at the house. And so yeah, we expect to cut that completely. Of course, we'll cut the rent, which the rent is nothing. I told my wife I was more than comfortable renting for the rest of my life because it is very affordable. But yeah, we're living on less than a fifth of what we used to live on in America. 1/5. So 20% of what we used to live on in America. So, and honestly, I retired at 57. I just turned 58 a couple weeks ago. And I retired at 57. I would not have been able to do that if we had not moved here because of it being so affordable. In America, there's no way I could have ever retired at 57. Medical alone would have killed me. So, but yeah, very affordable. But yeah, Scimitar, depending on where you're at, and you're in Texas, I think, right? So yeah, you might be able to only get 2 hops. I think when we brought Abigail, we went out of Dallas, Fort Worth, and we went from Dallas to Korea and Korea to the Philippines in order to make the flight less for her, but I think it was still 18 hours. That's the shortest flight we've ever had, but it was also the most expensive flight we've ever had. Also because Abigail was on it with us. Her flight and all the requirements for her flight was definitely not cheap. Which is why I'm a little peeved that now that we've got here, this is her second parasitic infection since we've been here. And I definitely don't want anything permanent to happen to her because we spent a lot of money bringing her here. I at least need her to survive a little while. Plus, the devastation to my wife would be astronomical. She still isn't recovered from Benedict. We lost one of our dogs right before we left America. We left America in April. We had to have him put down in February. And she still hasn't recovered from that. So she still talks about him every day. So, which I can't blame her. I do too. But I've also, he was her first dog ever, her first pet ever. Here in the Philippines, they don't have pets, they have food. So, but now the dogs have become very popular here in the Philippines. So, but yeah, she's still recovering from that. So yeah, if something was to happen to Abigail, oh God help us. So yeah. We're giving her medicine, trying to get her over this second parasitic infection, and we asked the doctor, we said, hey, how do we keep this from happening again? Because this is ridiculous. We need to get ahead of this. So, and their keys, we need to bring up her immunity. I guess in America, immunity wasn't a big deal because everything's sterilized in America because we've pretty much killed everything. But here in the Philippines, the immunity makes a big deal. So yeah. So yeah, that's what we're going to be working on with her for the future. Try and get her back on a better path so she has a better quality of life. And probably not we were letting her roam around the job site, which is probably wasn't the smartest thing we've done, but I don't know. Poor kid. Banger of a tune, that. Yep. Yeah. Yeah, all of these. This brings me back to my childhood. This is 80s and 90s. So yeah, best music ever.
Permission requested.
Best music
Docking
ever.
request accepted.
At least in my opinion. So best music ever. But I'm kind of biased. I've actually seen these guys in concert a couple times. Yeah. There's another low sec for 700. And I meant every word I said. When I said that I loved you, I meant. Yeah. Unfortunately, the YouTube people really got it bad because the music is cut out of the video on demand. So what I upload to YouTube doesn't have the music since it's copyright. So all they get is my singing, which
Active.
when I've listened to some of the streams after the fact, it is not good. Obviously, the music is kind of drowning some of my horrible singing out. But yeah, I really feel for my YouTube people. So thumbs up to my YouTube people. Appreciate you guys for putting up with my singing without the music. Sorry. Luckily, I can put the music on Twitch. I just can't have it on the video on demand. So I am a little hacked off with Spotify though.
Warp drive.
Because my PayPal account is considered an American account, they're charging me American rate, where the Filipino rate for Spotify is like $2. I think I pay $12 a month for the same service. So I'm like, do I need to make a second PayPal account that's a Filipino account so that I can get the Filipino rate? How does that work? Yeah, I don't know. I think that'll be my next chat GTP conversation. How do I fix this? Because
Warp drive active.
Spotify is kind of raping me. Robbing me. Spotify's kind of robbing me. Rape is a completely different thing. Sorry for saying that. Spotify's robbing me. And yeah. But yeah, I just got billed for it the other day, and I was like, but I saw something pop up on one of the ads I was getting from when I was watching another streamer, and it was the Filipino
Warp drive active.
price. It gave me the Filipino price for Spotify, and I'm like, hold on a second. And I do the equation. That's way less than I'm paying. It's like, yeah, that's their normal price. It's like $3 a month. I thought, well, maybe it's just a special deal, and I don't want to. Nope, that's their normal price.
Warp drive active.
What they call that geolocation, where your price is dependent on your location, which is fine. But in my case, because my PayPal account is considered American, they charge me American price, even though I'm not in America. That's not right. You should charge me what the price is for where I'm at. Forget where my account was created. Yeah,
Warp
doesn't work
drive
that way.
active.
Mm-mm. Just one of the wrongs. ELO, there you go. There you go. I have some of them on this playlist as well. Yeah, I have some of them on this playlist as well. So yeah, one of my favorites as well. Now, I was more of a rock guy. Bon Jovi. I've seen Bon Jovi in concert 3 or 4 times. Mostly because every time I saw them in concert, they were crap. They're not a concert band. And I kept going back thinking, okay, maybe this will be the one where they actually sound like they're supposed to. And no, they never did. Never did. But I also went and saw them because whoever was opening for them, I think Foreigner opened for them once, REO opened for them once.
Requested.
I think Journey opened for him once. So yeah. So And those are all ones that I really enjoyed. Journey, Foreigner, REO, and Bon Jovi. Van Halen. I've seen Van Halen in concert at least once. But yeah, Bon Jovi was my first experience with oh, that's what it means to be a studio band. You only sound good in the studio. You don't sound good live. But they sold out every concert. Even though they sounded like crap. Definite studio band. Definite studio band.
Warp drive active.
Still one of my favorites. Still one of my favorites. But yeah, Electric Light Orchestra, they're excellent band. Styx was another one. I like Styx. So yeah, I was probably more of a rock guy. And then my parents got divorced when I was young. 8, 9, 10 time frame. And that's a long story, but I eventually ended up with my father. And he was going through a Barry Manilow phase. And so I have Barry Manilow in my playlist because it reminds me of him. He's since passed. Both my parents have passed. Actually, all three of my parents have passed. My father, my biological mother, and my stepmother. And so yeah, I have that in there because I remember that time. So The Who. Yeah, The Who was a good one too. I was never a big Who guy, but yes, The Who was one. Yeah. Yeah, like I said, other than Bon Jovi, every one of the concerts I went to, I really enjoyed. And don't get me wrong, I enjoyed the Bon Jovi ones. It just wasn't because they sounded fantastic, because they didn't. I mean, it was still the same song, still the same words, so, you know. And obviously my singing is not as good as them anyway, so when I sing along, it's all that. But yeah, no worries, no worries. But yeah, they do put on an amazing show, and it was well worth it for that alone. But I was always kind of like, is there something wrong? Because they don't sound like they don't sound like my tape back then. My 8-track or my cassette tape. They don't sound like my cassette tape. And, yeah, no, that's when, yeah, my brother, one of my younger brothers was like, yeah, they're known as a studio band. And I was like, what the hell does that mean? I mean, how they sound good in the studio. But yes, they did put on, and they still put on an amazing show. I think they were in concert here. I think it was probably right before we left. So, which now has been almost a year, which is funny. I can't believe it's been almost a year. God, March or April will be a year. So yeah, so 9 months ago we left. Holy mackerel! But yeah, I think they had a concert in Kansas City. Like October, November, the year in 2024. And I heard it was an amazing show, but the same thing. Yeah, they didn't sound like their tape, but everybody blamed it on that they were old. Yeah, they don't sound like the young guys anymore. I don't think that was it. But they said it was an amazing show. So yeah. There we go. My training completed. So now I have the autocannon specialization that I was missing for that one bit you guys sent. But yeah, it was funny because I don't know that any of the other ones I follow were ever really considered studio bands like that. They were the only ones. But yeah, amazing show. Amazing show. Like I said, I enjoyed the concerts. Even if they didn't sound like what I expected. The first one, I was kind of like, what's wrong? Is there something wrong with my ears? is all this pot smoke in the air affecting my ears? Because that was the other thing. Regardless of where you are in the concert, you're probably going to get a contact high. So, yeah. At least in America. I don't know about in the UK, but
Docking request accepted.
in America, that's a big thing. Of course, now they made it legal, too. So, yeah, hard to say. Probably even worse now. We sailed on together, adrifted apart. And here you are. This is the third time we've gone to Oleon. Yeah, it's only 600 again. You guys are killing me. You guys are killing me. We're approaching the 4-hour mark. So I usually stream for 4 hours. Sorry, my rear end hurts.
Warp drive.
So yeah, so I'm gonna find somebody here to raid in a second. We're gonna get a updated check here on how we made out. So 4 hours. I started at 57, so that's 18,000 currently. I'm gonna get another 600, so it's still gonna be 18,000. So yeah, so a little over 4,000 an hour. So not quite 5,000 an hour. 5,000 would be 20. So yeah, we're not gonna make that. So not bad for distros. TMI, yeah. It's a weird thing. I never had this problem in America, but here everything's made of concrete. And it seems to be affecting me where even when I sit for just a little bit, it causes me, I don't want to say excruciating pain, but it causes me major discomfort. And I've tried all kinds of different seat cushions. No matter what I try, it doesn't seem to matter. And ChatGPT has suggested that it's a muscle thing. That because I'm retired now, those muscles are not being built up in my rear end. And that's what's causing it. It has nothing to do with the concrete. I'm not buying that. I probably don't walk as much as I used to, but I still walk all the time. I'm still carrying around this extra weight. So, and I actually have stairs here in the house. So I'm going up and down the stairs all day. And so from that perspective, I'm not quite buying that one, but I have lost weight since we've been here. And it seems like I'm losing it in my rear end, which is the one place I couldn't afford to lose it from. So I have this beer belly when I don't drink beer. Yeah, that would be a great place for it to go from, but that hasn't happened. So, though I've been told now that if I do Tai Chi, that's the big ad I keep getting, is I need to do Tai Chi. So yeah, squats, somebody suggested squats. I haven't tried those yet, but I may give them a try. But I think I'm going to start walking again. In America, I used to walk several miles a day, and unfortunately, it's just so freaking hot here that I got to do it like at 5 o'clock in the morning, which unfortunately my wife likes to stay up and watch TV till 2 a.m. because she doesn't have to stream in the morning. So I get up at 7:30 to get ready for streaming at 9. And then by the time I'm done streaming, she's usually getting up for lunch. So it works out pretty good. But if I have to get up an hour or two earlier so I can do the walking, that's going to really cut into my sleep time. So yeah, we'll have to see. But yeah, it's not super hot here now. January is actually probably the coolest month I've had so far, but we're still, it's cool. It's 85, 90 every day. But normally here in the Philippines, most months, it's over 100 every day. So, and it's very humid. So a fat guy like me sweats profusely very quickly. So yeah, it kind of, you know what, we could probably run another mission. No, anytime, my pleasure. Appreciate you guys being here. Like I said, we'll be here tomorrow. Our mining event, I do a mining event once every week on Wednesday nights, American time, Thursday morning here in the Philippines or the UK. Early Thursday morning for you UK guys. But yes, you guys are all welcome. We do it in Ufine, which is Galente high-sec system. Let me type it in here. So yeah, check, see where you are, how far away that is from you. Like I said, we'll start at 9 a.m. tomorrow, my time, 8 p.m. Eastern time, or 1 a.m. UK time, Eve time. And yeah, we'll mine for 4 hours. And you guys are all welcome. So 4 days straight and 4 rests. So we'll probably see. Yep. No worries. You're always welcome, Don Rico. Appreciate it. Actually, like I said, everybody's welcome. It's just a good time. We provide the boost. We provide the compression. Any ore you mine is yours. There's no donation, no charge, no nothing. Completely free. In fact, we refuse any donations. If you want to donate, you can donate to the stream and I'll give it away. But yeah, we don't do any donations for that. And we usually have somebody boosting. If they're not available, then I boost. So yeah, we normally have more than enough boosters. We always have somebody saying, hey, you need a booster? So yeah, so we're always covered with boosters. But yeah, you guys are always welcome. Like I said, it's a good time just from a conversation perspective, if nothing else. And free ore. So, but it is high-sec ore. So it's not the super expensive stuff. Though, from what I'm told, Veldspar is one of the most expensive ores out there now. So you can make some money off of it. So it's always a good money day. So my Amazon gift sub is available tomorrow. I'll throw it your way. I appreciate that. Appreciate that. Yep. Always love the subs. Helps pay for my internet. That's all I do. I don't make money doing the streaming. I just try to cover my internet bill. So, and that works. So far, I've always been able to cover it. So, appreciate that. But yeah, no, I appreciate you guys. Like I said, we'll raid out here. I usually try to go about 10 minutes over. But unfortunately, yeah, we got the ads in 10 minutes. So I don't want you guys to have to go through another set of ads if we can help it. We'll see. I'm going to try to do another mission. Just to see if I can get my average up. I really want to get to that 5K. But I don't think I'm going to make it. Yeah. If we get over 1,000, we could make it. We'd have to get over 1,000. And we've only had a couple that were over 1,000. But yeah. No, but I appreciate you guys.
You're awesome.
Thanks for the sub. Want less. Appreciate it. Al, as always, sleep well, buddy. Thanks for the donation. Congratulations on the new ship. Enjoy it. You can bring it out tomorrow. Mine with it. It's actually an awesome miner. Awesome booster. So, yeah. Lego, we'll see you tomorrow. Spectre Void. Oh, Spectre Void did the gift sub. Thanks, Spectre. I didn't even see your name on there. Usually Spectre tries to do the jump scare and scare the crap out of me. Spectre, you going to be streaming any soon? I'd like to throw these guys your way. I don't have a ton of them, but every little bit helps. That 788. Nope, we're not going to make it. That's all right. It'll get us closer. Spectre Void. Yeah, if you guys aren't following Spectre Void's another good streamer. He's normally a couple hours after I finish up, so he's probably not streaming yet, but he will be on a little bit later. So we'll take a look and see if he's out there. But yes, thanks for the gift sub, Spectre Void. That way you can go and give your Prime one to somebody else. No stream tonight. Going to try and be back live on Sunday coming up. Been feeling bleh lately. Yeah, I understand. I had a period as well. So yeah, I was sick for. It's been a couple weeks. So I hope you're feeling better, Spectre. If you guys aren't following Spectre, definitely give him a follow. Excellent streamer. Appreciate the gift sub, buddy. Appreciate the gift sub. But yeah, I'm going to run this last mission, and then we'll go ahead and raid out. Let's see who's out there. Narcos is still streaming. Is he? He is still streaming. Narcos is still streaming. Khaleesi's out there. Khaleesi's raided me a couple times. Let's go ahead and raid Khaleesi. Is she out there? It said she's out there. Where's she at? Ah. Gotta actually click on the Eve Online, you dingbat. There she is. Yeah, so we're gonna raid Khaleesi. Khaleesi's raided me a couple times.
Warp drive active.
Figured a gift sub was nicer than jump scare. Yeah, I appreciate that. Because the jump scare, you might have got me. I'm a little off my game. So yeah, you might have got me. You might have got me. Though the one that you usually get me more with is that darn calling one. You know, the Discord call. Actually, it was funny. I thought it was you the other day doing the Discord call, and it was actually my wife was calling me on Facebook, and I was ignoring it because I was like, "No, it's just Spectre. He'll say something here in a second. Let's just wait for him." And it wasn't you. It was actually an actual call. So I was like, she was calling a group chat, and I happened to be in the group chat. I don't think she realized. But yeah, I was one of those. I was like, this one's not stopping like the other one, you know? She just kept trying. Got to give her credit. She's persistent if nothing else. Probably why I'm still married to her. She's stubborn. Thank God. Thank God. Alright. So here's the last one. We're going to finish this one up. And then, yeah, let me go ahead. So, yeah, thanks for watching. Appreciate you guys. I'm going to try and get you guys out here before the ads. So let me go ahead and raid Rose. If I can spell her name right.
Docking permission
Got her.
requested.
All right, cool. So, yeah, give her a big warm welcome from me.
Request accepted.
Awesome streamer. Awesome streamer. Says she has sexual themes, but I don't know if that's true or not. She just doesn't hide her her messages her profanity as much as I do. So Dead Minds, good to see you, buddy. Good to see you. Jerry Can, thanks for being here. I'm gonna give a shout out to Dead Minds. Dead Minds is another great streamer. No, I didn't hear about our gravy. What happened? I did not hear about our gravy. I saw he was on the other day. I didn't get to catch him, but I saw he was on. Oh my God. I had no idea. Well, that friggin' sucks. My God. That sucks. I had no idea. Oh my Lord. That is crazy. Oh no. Well, our thoughts and prayers are definitely with his family. Oops, sorry, raid.
Warp drive active.